All right. It is story time. Hello. Hello. How you doing? Good evening, good afternoon, good day that ends in Y. Hi, everybody. Yeah, I figured I play the game because it seemed interesting. It caught my interest, so I wanted to see more of it. So hopefully everyone will be along for this really weird ride. This one's more of a stream for me, but then again, I feel like a lot of the streams I do are for me. I'm just happy that people come along for the ride. How's everyone doing? Hope everyone had a nice weekend. It is Monday, 5 p.m. here in the Nihon. Another dreary day of rain, although the sun finally came out, and now it's finally setting. You know, the thing is, like, I'm gonna be like, you know, when's the sun gonna be out like more? And then it's gonna be like in the high 30s and 40s. I'll be like, when will the rain come back? You know, as is such is life, you know. But I hope everyone's doing well. It's gonna be an interesting week for me. I got a health check on Friday, so we're gonna see how loopy I am at the end of that. I hope it will go well, but I'm a little worried that like the sample things that I need to do, they haven't arrived in the mail yet, which is a little concerning for me because most places they kind of require you to come in with those like at the ready, and those also take a little bit of time to prep. I don't know how much more metaphorical I can be about that. Either way, the point is like I will wait for the sample tests to get to my place, and then we will deal with that. Also, I wanted to talk a little bit about what I saw after stream yesterday, Saturday, because Nikkei had a live stream event for the summer event, and oh boy, yeah, we're gonna be saying goodbye to a lot of my money, I think, in that one. That one is that one's a doozy. I think the cast they picked, for those who don't know, Old Tales is going to be joining us. The second Grimm's models, which is, for those who might not know, like I do, Cindy, Grave, Siren, and Mori. They're coming along with us for our summer adventure this year, along with MMR. So Marciana, Tia, and Naga will also be joining the fray, along with, you know, our classic count of friends. It's gonna be a lot. And the swimsuits they revealed are, yeah, I might just end up having to get all of them. We'll see. It's kind of hard to say no. There might be a couple here and there I'd be like, no, I am a man with discipline. In other words, I'll be like, take my money. But I always have fun with the summer events. They're goofy. They're supposed to be stupid fun. Like, you know, so we're, you know, last year's was like Boom the Ghost. I'm literally walking around hunting a haunted, on a haunted cruise ship with a giant, we call the BFG, the big fucking, what do you call it? The Boom fucking ghost gunner or something like that. So like, it's meant to not be taken too seriously, right? So like, just enjoy it. I'll be very curious how it goes. People were like freaking out because like on the live stream, they saw Matisse and they were like, boo, boo. I'm like, guys, you do realize that like the stream events, like they usually have a host. It's not the counters. It's clearly Matisse this time. Who, by the way, but props to everyone for the live stream. I think it's really hard. But the summer event was the only thing they talked about. They talked about also the collab that's coming out. And as someone who is a big, I might have talked about it once, you know, in passing, but for those who might not know, I'm a bit of a Persona fan. Persona! That's why I struggle saying it, because I didn't say it with the right, you know, emphasis. You know, it's one of those words you got to pronounce correctly, otherwise it's just hard to say. Yeah, it was a little vague, but they were talking about a collaboration with P3, P4, and P5, and a lot of people were like dreading it. I felt like the meme, like, because I didn't know about this, but apparently there is a rumor, or at least a gossip of sorts that apparently collabs with P5, with Persona, especially P5, don't end very well. they kind of equivalent. They kind of sounded like the equivalent of the black spot. Like the minute you get a P5 collab is the minute your game dies or something like that. Now, do I believe it? No. I believe that while P5 is super popular, it's not going to overwhelm a game like Nikke. I think Nikke has its own fan base and its own crowd to like really counteract that. Also, I don't feel like Persona 5 in of itself is a death knell. Do I think that Atlas has milked that cow of Persona 5 for all it's worth? I agree. I do think so. I love Persona 5, but I will also say that Persona 5 has been milked to death. I'm like, when I saw P6, it's like, thank you. And I also think, to be fair to Atlas, like an RPG on the scale of like a Persona is a lot of work. It's so like, if it takes you guys like 7 to 8 years to make one, that's understandable, because that's a big undertaking for an RPG of that size, that magnitude, and now of that history, when you really think about it. And not to mention P4, the remake is coming out. I'm definitely gonna have to play that, because I've never played P4, but I've loved P5, I love P3, I love Metaphor, so I'm pretty sure I'm gonna love P4. People say it's like, kind of like, not as good as the other two, in terms of like, it's not as good as P3 or P5. We'll see. I definitely see a lot of people who, I definitely think it has its fan base, for sure. So we'll see about that. I wonder when I don't think I know if they mentioned anything about that collab. It's been a while. I'll have to double check the footnotes or something like that. But I'm looking forward to that too. It should be fun either way. Cause like, you got literally a Phantom Thief. You got literally Phantom Thieves in Nikke, you know, so you might as well roll into it with them. And then for like the students, you know, MMR, the P3 students, that would work. P4, I guess, would be the same in a way, because they're also like high school. Actually, technically, they're all high school students, but it's more like the theming, I suppose. But either way, I'm looking forward to that. And I guess the only other thing I wanted to kind of talk about was like, I was watching EVA a little bit. Congratulations to all the winners. I was having a fun time watching that Sunday with my friends. Ram Lethal took a Guilty Gear Strives final, which made me happy. It's like, yay, Ram! Go have a hamburger to celebrate, girl. You've earned it. You know, that was fun. Tokon looks fun. Street Fighter 6 was interesting. It was a solid game. I'll be curious to see what they do. I think a lot of people in the street, I'm not an expert by any means, but I think the Street Fighter 6 community wants some change. They want that game to change a little bit. But, you know, Capcom, I think, is taking the low and slow approach with that game, especially because it's so successful. I like Street Fighter 6. I think it's fun. I definitely like the characters as well. But yeah, we'll see what happens there. All right. I think with all of that out of the way, I think I'm done yapping and yapping and yapping. And to anyone who's here, like Jupiter, or Shizu, or anyone who's there, I hope you guys are there. But yeah, let's get to Platinum Titanium. I want to say I've been doing this entire day, guys. I've been wanting to say Platinum Court. It's Titanium Court. So we played this on Thursday last week with some demos, and or was it Monday? Either way, it was the end of Next Fest. I had one more day before Next Fest extinguished, and I used that as an excuse to play a bunch of different demos. There were some really good ones, and I'm definitely interested in the games going forward. Some I couldn't get to, unfortunately, but I think I'll probably keep an eye out for them. And others were like, this is fun, but it's probably not for me, and that's okay. Doesn't have to be. But this one I thought was quirky enough. Like, I liked the blend here, and I was curious to see more. And plus, it was on sale. It was like only 1,000 yens, and I just got paid, so it was like I wasn't gonna clutch desperately to my money. Like, I can't. No one must ever spend this money. It's like, that's not how it works. So yeah, I'm kind of going with that. So yeah, I think with that being said, I am ready to just get started here. So I will turn off the Until Then soundtrack. Thank you for serving me. You have served your purpose. You may die now. No, thank you. Until Then's a great soundtrack. But let's play the game. Okay, there are options. Full screen, yes. Back. Play. Curses lifted, keys retrieved. I'm surprised they kept my save game stuff. Um, I guess if it kept it, I don't know why would delete it. But anyway, I was expecting them to not keep my save data, but for those who don't know, um, we have woken up. We're playing basically a character who is, it's basically a rendition of A Midsummer's Night's Dream, where we're the fairy queen, and we're leading our court through a war zone, trying to find our way home, something like that. But we ended up dying, and all of a sudden I'm back in a room. So I don't know what's gonna happen here, but it's like part strategy, part roguelike, part tile game. And that's where we left off. Like we fought a battle and we got our asses kicked, and I woke up in a bed in a castle. And I think that's where we left off the game. Yes, so we're in our new bed. Take stock of my possessions. What do I have? let's get inventory here. You look over the scant possessions that were on your person when you arrived at the court. Everything appears to be where you left it, with one irritating exception. Sometime between your arrival and now, you have managed to misplace your keys! In a way, you suppose you also managed to misplace the locks those keys were intended for. A mystery, admittedly, of much greater concern to you than the missing keys. Alright. What is it? L1? R1. Offensive job. Turn property damage into profit. Earn when you destroy fortresses. One. Yeah, makes bodies tall and strong. Pulls minds and concepts to the veil. Absorbs impacts, losses, and eons. Fashioned into a club with which you may speak softly. Yeah. Vital resource when easily neglected. When it's depleted, you will lose the war. Yep. Mortal magic. Power sustained by collective hallucination. Yep. That was the other thing. The dialogue in this game is quite clever, I feel. So I'm happy to do it. A big bed fit for a queen. Nothing. As it happens, the void is quite unremarkable. I didn't know I could examine the scene. Bookcase. Spartan house for knowledge. Place where a wall is not present. Also known as a door. Good to know. I mean, that is technically a good definition. Let's go explore court. Whee! What to do here? Grass. A veritable feast, but not for you. Tree, refined with courtly manners. Match for water. Impassable on foot. Not flammable. A door defined by its presence rather than its absence. What? Okay. Bench. Someone left their chair outside. I mean, that is technically what a bench is. Local nonprofit focused on distributing wishes to the undeserved. Underserved. I saw undeserved. I saw underserved. Places constraints on physical movement. Nothing. I'm nothing? Alright. Wait. There's the man named Puck. You have a lot to say to him. Investigate the dining hall. Return to your office. Oh, I'm on the bench. Okay. Look out the window. Consult the ever-changing map. Oh, I wanted to talk to Puck. I probably should have done that. Table with cloth. Table dressed in finery. Bookcase. A door for light, but not for you. Hi, Achvi. Welcome in, buddy. Go to war? No. Look out the window. There are some dogs catching frisbees in the courtyard, just out of frame. Ooh, nice catch. Ooh, good one. Ooh, that's a good catch. Neat. Very neat. Hope you're doing well, Achvi. Thanks for the boat. Wait, that's the map, huh? So we're here. Home for now. Can swap without making a match. An abstract representation of a single battlefield. Catapult matches with all fires from a distance, but is blocked by hills. Decently flammable. A fashionable seller of bespoke potions. Helpfully informs you of available goods and or services. Wow. Dripping with symbolism. Alright, that's the new map, apparently. You're okay so far? That's good, buddy. I'm glad to hear that. Explore the court. Return to the office. Wait, there's the man named Puck. You have a lot to say to him. I'm doing fine, Achvi. Kind of just gotten home. Kind of a quiet day so far. Good morning, Cass. How are you? Welcome in, everybody. I hope you guys are doing well. I was yapping for a little bit. I was talking about the summer event for Nikkei on Thursday. Oh boy, we're gonna be busy on Thursday. That's for sure. There's a lot. I'm looking forward to Thursday. Like, I wish Thursday was here already in some ways, but please, I hope you guys will be there with me to enjoy the summer, kick it off right, as it were. But yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. I was talking about the Nikkei event I watched on Saturday, the event announcement. I watched Evo this morning and yesterday with my friends. I imagine in Japan a lot happens in summer. So right now in Japan, we're dealing with Suyu and a lot of like natural disasters like typhoons and earthquakes. It's been really rowdy as of late. However, there are a lot of summer festivals, matsuris, Oban, which is our typical celebration of the dead, where like people usually go back home, reunite with family, lantern dancing, stuff like that, to you know, calm and unite with the spirits, the spirit world. That's coming up in August. Yeah, we have a pretty interesting summer. A lot of holidays as well. Let's see. So we're playing more Platinum Court. I was interested in the demo. This saved my game, so I'm kind of just picking up where I left off. Let's go talk to Puck. Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff. I'm planning to maybe get out and take some pictures. If it will stop raining, I would plan to go out and get some nice summer photos for everybody to enjoy. But yeah, it'll be good. The man named Punk is just across the courtyard. Perfect. You have many things you wish to ask him. Yet as you draw near, he quickly exits the scene. You might be imagining it, but he seemed to retreat the moment he saw your approach. Dodging me, is he? Investigate the dining hall. What should we do here? Grab some breakfast? Maybe. Table. A versatile surface that creates a more equitable distribution of vertical placement among objects in the room. Huh? A more equitable distribution of vertical placement. Oh, that's one way to think about it. Uh-huh. Well, get some breakfast. What's your most interesting festival you went to? What's my most interesting festival? I mean, most towns will just have like a normal like local festival. I think that's the best I can do in terms of that. Like, no. That's interesting. I'd say like, so I live near Ueno Park, and usually during the summer there's a lot of things going on, but during summer the temple in the pond, Shinobazu Pond, they will have like a large matsuri line that stretches like basically here and then all around the perimeter of the pond, and along with that there's swan boats in the middle that you can rent and take out. So that's like a bunch of food stalls, a bunch of people like eating, drinking, enjoying the scenery. You know, they got the 50 to 60-year-old like old retirees like smoking and like just talking with each other and complaining about all the foreigners. It's a fun little thing. I love it's also very pretty, especially at evening when the sun's setting down over the buildings. I like it a lot. It's a lot of fun. I don't think I've been to a fertility festival, but if I do, I'll be sure to let you know, Atrophy. That's for sure. In the light of day, the feasting hall more closely resembles a common dining area. You collect some breakfast from a buffet, then look for a table. You would prefer to sit somewhere out of the way, near an exit, ideally hidden. Is that purple? Oh, here we go. You sit in the most nondescript location you can find, a corner near a trash bin. Before you finish the bite, a whole host of fairy quarters arrive with their meals and sit with you. They make idle conversation and a few honest attempts at answering your myriad of questions, none of them successful. As you complete your meal, you idly note that your table is now the most lively and boisterous table within the hall. I saw some of your pics around Japan, it looks stunning. I like living in Japan, it's very pretty. I'm thinking like the next time I have a random day off, going up to a place called Nikko. Nikko is not too far from Tokyo. It's about an hour by train, and you get some gorgeous sights if you do that. I'll definitely take some photos of that if I can, provided it's a good day. But Nikko is a lovely park in an area, can just walk around, spend the day out there, get back within a day. It's a nice day trip. There's a lot of natural parks up there, beautiful temples, just quiet and peaceful. I hope it's still that way. I've heard that lately Nikko is also kind of like a Kamakura, which is a place where a lot of expatriates tend to settle. So I wonder how, for lack of a better term, gentrified Nikko has become. I still like it though. It's beautiful. I want to do another big trip, but probably later in the year and probably when it's a little bit colder. When I hear Nikko, it assumes it's a cat cafe. Nikko. It's spelled Nikko, Nikko, like light. Nikko. Neko. You would say Neko for that. Neko is cat. So, but yeah, I totally get it, actually. That's totally understandable. Not to pick on you, but that's totally understandable. I think like the next big trip I would take is either out to Hiroshima. I could go that way, or I could go back up north towards Iwate. Maybe catch a spring or two in like the forests around Aomori and stuff like that. But I have to think about it. I also have to plan it out. The other thing I want to do is like take a trip down the Nakasendo, which is, for those who don't know, it's the historic road that connected Edo and Kyoto, or Tokyo and Kyoto. Basically, when the emperor was living in Tokyo, he'd have all the lords come and meet him there. And for everybody who was on the west side of Japan, the only way to get there was to go through this road called the Nakasendo. And it's built a bunch of villages. It's a beautiful nature trail, a lot of little tiny villages. It's too big for like one trip unless you're doing for weeks. But if you go for like a couple days, you could like pick a small bit of it, go out, walk around, come back. I definitely want to do that myself. I have to think about that. It's a pretty popular spot. Hopefully I will find some time to rent it out. But if I'm going to do that, I probably should think about that sooner rather than later, because like trying to do it like the week or two before, not going to work. All right. You also note idly that despite his assurances he would answer all your questions, the man called Puck remains nowhere to be seen. I still one day want to escape a summer here to go spend a winter in northern Japan. I was curious how it is for you to travel to spots that don't have any touristy spots. Well, for Cass, yeah, definitely winter in northern Japan, going to Hokkaido, or like you know, even yeah, going to Hokkaido is a trip in winter. Like if you love snow, you'll love Hokkaido. I definitely could recommend that. It's very cozy. Curious how it is for you to travel to spots that don't have any touristy spots. I think it depends on your definition, actually. Like if we're talking to like international tourists, then there's plenty of places that don't necessarily hit the tourism radar that way. Like for like people outside of Japan, you got, you know, Kyoto, Osaka, Tokyo, maybe like Sapporo, maybe Okinawa, maybe Hiroshima. That's what most people are probably going to hear, unless they have like, you know, they're like a huge Japanophile and like watch like Abroad in Japan, like me or something like that. For most people like Japan is a large local tourism, as in like people inside Japan like to go to other places in Japan. And for that, it's like, I guess that would be touristy to a degree, but it's not, I don't really know if I would count that. It's more like just like I'm traveling out of town for a day, but I'm going to like go see my cousins who live in my hometown or something like that. I kind of see it that way. But it is still pretty. I've been to a couple places. I think the most notable place like that for me personally would be, I went to, I mean, like places where any new people is a little weird. Yeah, exactly. For me, the closest spot like that would be when I went to Miyabi-ken, and there's a little coastal island. There's a little coastal town called Matsushima. Now I saw it on Abroad in Japan like years ago, but I was like, you know, if I ever go to Japan and I ever get my driver's license, I want to take a road trip to go see that place. And so I did. The road trip itself was pretty fun. I got there in like 8 hours driving. So it was like a day's worth in the car. I took breaks, but I was able to do that. Then Matsushima is like the big like tourist thing of it is like the 228 islands of Matsushima. It's a little coastal town. Like they do a lot of like their big specialty dishes are oyster and gyutan, beef tongue, ox tongue. So like if you like tongue and you like oyster, this is the place to be. But it's also like a nice little coastal town. Like it's got some beautiful like temples. It's got a nice ocean view. There's a couple islands where like and bridges around where you can like connect to like the bigger islands, like little nature parks. It's very pretty. I got some photos. I might be able to pull them up. But that was definitely like the most fish out of water place I was at. People would, you know, look at like, you're not Japanese. What are you doing here? You know, I don't think it's that they're completely against tourists. I think that most of the tourists they are used to are like from China or maybe Taiwan or something like that. Not from people who look like me, is basically. I mean, honestly, most people outside of Tokyo don't really bother me. I think the most like interesting interactions have come from when I'm in Tokyo, from like the people who like see like, if you like seafood and tongue, yep, for sure. Although you can get more than that, but that's like their specialties. And you know, gyutan is pretty good. A little chewy sometimes, but it's good. Yeah, I mean, I think that would be the most one I could say. But Nakasendo would definitely be one of those that like not really touristy in terms of like tourist traps. It's not really well announced, and unless you've like seen like an Abroad of Japan video or like something like that, you're probably not gonna know it off the top of your head, right? So I'm hopeful I can go there at like a quiet day or like a low traffic time of the year and just enjoy a nice walk through nature and stuff like that. Have a couple Yokon stays planned, get some good food, stuff like that. Just get away from the city for a couple days. We'll see. And if I do, I'll definitely take pictures. All right. For some reason, my tongue is numb. Anyway, as a result of eating breakfast, you get a small bonus. You got 10 bread. All right. Well, we got breakfast. Go to war. It's getting late. You should see the business of the day. I got to go to war now. All right. Go to war. After breakfast, the court goes to war. And as you ready yourself, a question. Your Majesty, is the intensity of the war to your liking? If not, please feel free to adjust the thermostat. Maybe you make things a little easier yourself. Current comfort, 0 of 1. +1 comfort. With her calculator returned to her, Robin can give you detailed analysis of the battlefield. Start with an extra 10 metal. Start with a basic income of 2 at the start of every low tide. Start with the ability to produce miners? Start with an extra 10? Okay. Okay. Well, I'm glad they give me an advantage. Robin's calculator makes an appearance. I've been looking for that. Start at max comfort level, please. Despite falling short of them yesterday, you're confident you can reach those signs today. Very good. Her Majesty's loyalty to this approach is quite admirable. How steadfast. All right, let's see if I can remember how to do this. Now, the field is broken. Consult Robin's battle calculator. Right, here's what my calculator says. There aren't any environmental hazards threatening the court that I can see. As for the enemy, these are empty, so we don't need to worry about them. Based on these calculations, like the court's currently pretty safe. If you wish to maintain this position, we could just move the court around without disturbing the rest of the battlefield until low tide arrives. That's all I have. Feel free to ask again. You thank Robin for her information. So I don't have to worry about like getting rid of these guys. This is a buff. Turn property damage into profit. So I can kill them. If I end up killing them, I'll get a bonus gold. I feel like resources are what matter here. But the risk there is that then I risk getting people to show up that I don't want to show up. This is important. Match for wood. Slower to travel by foot. Flammable. So far, so good. I don't see any enemies. Oh, we're stuck. Low tide. Make preparations for the oncoming. Gather all trinkets. A selection of goods. I got bread. All right. Prepare for incoming battle. There is not really anyone to do. Gathers food from the fields. But there's nothing to attack either, so. Hey. All right, go, my meatball. Yeah, get that bread. He's gotten so much bread. I'm so proud of him. I'm gonna make a special cake just for my little meeple dude. Temperature's rising. Referee's like, all right, that's the game. I wonder what determines my direction. All right, so now we got some meeples with some battle. All right. There aren't any threats. As for the enemy, these are empty. These are deploying units. I can give you more detailed analysis. This M is capable of attacking the court. It won't deploy its units until fairly late in the battle, though. This is capable. It won't deploy. Okay. I'd say the court is a small amount of peril. If we could just move the court around without disturbing the rest of the battlefield. That's all I have. Thank you, Robin. That's useful. I could theoretically get rid of them, though, by doing this. A tap on your shoulder. Robin points to the building in the distance. Your Majesty, that shop is neutral to this conflict. We should strongly consider stocking up on supplies. Of course, that's only if it stays in view. If it disappears before low tide, we'll have to wait until we pass another one. So low tide is basically their way of saying, like, when you're done, when you're out of turns. Okay. I got 3 meeples on the board. And I would prefer that there be less than 3. That gets rid of 1. Also, I could give them hazards. I could make hazards appear. That would make it easier to get rid of them. Yes, yes, I could. All I have to do is make them go away. Ooh, I kind of wanted to keep the thing, but you know what? I'll get rid of the meeples instead. Shop is closed, but you can call them up to check their inventory. You call into the shop to learn about what they have. However, before you can proceed, the voice on the line stops you and asks if you understand how money works. Do you understand how money works? Before you understood a lot of things before your world shattered, and now you might as well understand nothing. Whoa, I don't need your life story, ma'am. I just gotta make sure you know where money comes from. Let me explain. First thing you gotta know is where money doesn't come from. You're probably used to getting stuff like wood, water, bread, and metal during high tide, right? Well, that's not gonna work for money. You earn money by doing your job. You do have a job, right? You do not think you have a job. Oh, come on! I have caller ID, you know. I see you're a fancy fairy queen of a fancy fairy court fighting a fancy fairy war. That's totally a job. Have more confidence. You're right, I am a big, strong fairy queen and I don't need no man. So anyway, fairy queens usually earn about by defeating their enemy on the battlefield. Just knock down those things and money will pop out. Oh yeah, you can also get some money by selling stuff. Maybe to us, but doing your job is a surefire method. Now that I've given you the talk, how about I tell you what I have for sale? All right. He's got an offensive ferry, an archer outpost, defensive structure, harass passerby, basic income, working job, receive 2 letter paycheck at the start of each low tide. Interesting. Trade food and market prices. Ooh, can I do that now? Whoa there, lady. What part of we're closed during high tide did you not understand? the part where you said you're closed. Can you explain it? Can you explain it? I'm sorry. I'm very stupid. All right, things are in place. Now the shop's open. They also have a set number of money. Oh, I see. Okay. I want that. And I got 2 money, so I'm done. Let's make some preparations. That should be enough. Commence the battle. So only get money if they kill the houses. Got it. Clearing them does nothing for me. Slam dunk. Ow. 07, my old friend, my young friend. All right. What's this? Is that a billboard in the middle of the battlefield? It's true. There appears to be a billboard of some sort among the scattered elements of the terrain. You go to the outer walls of the court to get a better look. You need law. I do? Says Robin. That thing gives me the creeps, Your Majesty, as if we're about to be sued just by looking at it. You agree. It might be best to look away lest you draw some unwanted legal attention. What the? Helpfully informs you of available goods and or services. That's one way to think about it. No, I think I know what we're doing. I want to try to minimize. So I think the idea is minimize the number of meeples they have, while at the same time keeping the empty buildings so we can make money. Another structure waits into view in the distance. You suppose this is another... Look, Your Majesty, a temple of market! Should you wish to pay your respects, you need only stay in view of load until low tide, correct? Correct! Your brilliance continues the blind! I have 1 dead and the temperature's risen a little bit. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get the little guy killed. He's just a little boy. He's just a boy! I could do... I meant to do that. There we go. That's another dead one. That's another dead one. Guy. He's just a little guy. Forbids trading during high tide, but you can ask their forecasters to predict the future. Well, like a stock? You mean like a stock market kind of stock market? Oh, I don't know about that. All right, we're locked in. We got 2 meeples. Trade generic assets at market. I got some excess food. All hail market! Let's not go overboard. Commence the battle. Go, my little men! Crush their forces! The cat knocking something over. That guy isn't gonna get to me in time. Yeah, yeah. That's the game. Uh-oh. And now the court finds itself surrounded by catapults. To be perfectly precise, these appear to be trebuchets. Given that trebuchets are a subcategory of catapult, you don't see any reason why you can't just call them catapults. Very well, my queen. I retreat in the face of your overflowing wisdom. That's a lot of catapults. Robin, what should I do? Why are they baseballs? Those catapults look like they missed the court, so they'll miss the court, so we can ignore them. These catapults look like they'll hit the court, so we might want to perform evasive maneuvers. As for the enemy, there aren't any on the battlefield. That's rare. Based on these calculations, I'd say there's a concerning amount of peril. Snowy Wismate, we could just move the court. Either way, that's all I have. So these things have a range. Fires from a distance, but is blocked by hills. Decently flammable. Matches with all fortresses. Fires from a distance. It can't reach me. Oh. If there's something in its line. Okay. It has an arc. But not so much of an arc. And it can fire over each other. That hits a... Alright. I still don't rightly get it, but I'm glad Robin's there to tell me what to do. Thanks for the clip, by the way, Atchby. Alright. Alright, so I'm gonna do this. A strange building comes into view. As you observe it, the phone in your office rings. I have a phone? Hey, Titanium Court, Your Majesty, I'm calling from the Glass House. Yeah, we sell potions. As our name suggests, we firmly oppose the act of throwing stones in any and all forms. Therefore, we'd like to offer our full support to the Titanium Court in your campaign against those stone-throwing trebuchets. I love out-of-context clips. I can tell. To start, here's a pro tip. Free of charge. Hills block the projectiles fired by catapults. Just surround your court with hills and you'll be safe. And if that doesn't work, we sell a variety of instant-use potions that can help you deal with the threat. Give us a call. We'll be happy to help. Who was it, Your Majesty? You explained it was a telemarketer. I'll be one whose pitch might prove useful. Wow! Rare! So right now, I'm safe. Right now, if I just keep things as is. But I don't think I'm going to be allowed to, right? Oh, I can buy it from the Glass House anytime, huh? Want to see something, set something on fire? Our potions are alarmingly capable of doing just that. This potion of geology can make mountains out of molehills and other terrain. This potion of flood ensures a flood lands wherever it lands. Statistically, a potion of teleports is the safest way to travel. Like it moves the castle? Interesting. 3 could be useful. And they're all different resources, too. Anyway. We're still surrounded by balls. But I, as a master of balls, am not afraid. Maybe just focus on things like water. I could always use more water. I want to match the wheat, but I'm worried I don't want to move that one out of the way. I give this one a clear shot and I'm doomed. What's that one being blocked by? That one? So if I move this one, I'm fine. I guess I was either way. Alright, he's surrounded. He can't get me. He can't get me. He can't get me. He can't. So is it like they have infinite range? Like they can hit me across the field, technically, if there was a line of sight? I should probably be aware of that. Still, this idea of like surrounding the court seems pretty good. Objection! Hi, Coco. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well. How are you doing, Coco? We're in court. A whole new kind of court. One with like, I'm in danger. I'm in danger. Oh, I'm in danger. Wait, maybe I'm not in danger? Saved? Wait, is that death? Thanks for the hydrated stretch, Coco. Take that! No, I've been hit. Oh, the pain. Oh man, this is Titanium Court, Coco. It's a match 3 strategy puzzle game. I'm like, with an interesting story, and the art is bizarre to me, but I'm enjoying it. So right now I'm trying to avoid being hit with baseballs. I think they're baseballs. They definitely look like baseballs on the side there. How much more time I have? I need to get rid of you. Oh my goodness. 50 bits. Thank you, Ashby. I really appreciate it. You didn't have to do that. I appreciate it though. Blocked by hills. All right. I might need to call that glass house after all. I wish I could just like skip. Isn't there I could have sworn there was a skip button. I would like, sorry man, we can't actually sell you potions during high tide. Municipal regulation. Well, so much for that idea. I guess I'll buy it later if I need to. I guess I'll get rid of them for peace of mind. Water. Need some water. I don't want to touch any of those. That's my wall of defense. What if I can move one of these rocks out into the way? Never mind. Can I buy the potion of geology now, please? All right, he can't hit me. I'm safe, I think. Nope. Wait, hold on. Wait, what? Wait. What happened? Didn't I buy a potion? Thought it, but it can still hit me. All right. Can I have another one, please? There we go. All right. We're good. We're good. We're Gucci. Thank you. That took a lot of rock, though. All right. Well, there's no warriors or anything to fight. So you can get some food. Go, my little meeples. All right, commence the battle. You guys ready for battle? I don't know how we're going to survive, but we will. 5 balls coming to my face. So they are only one shot. But I imagine it only takes one to kill you? Maybe. We're safe. Now we can gather all the bread we need. Get that dough, boys. Stop. And the court advances. The catapults continue their assault, although you note that there are now slightly fewer of them hanging around. Slightly fewer, he said. Robin, those look like they'll miss us. The rest of them are gonna kill me. There's no enemies. We're in considerable peril. All right. Thank you, Robin. Considerable peril, she says. Just shreds, you say. The problem is also, like, even if I get rid of them, I'm not helping my chances when more appear. Oh, I need a hero. There's definitely fewer catapults sipping for. Oh, you know what? I'll trust you, Coco. You have better eyes than me. Oh, there's definitely fewer. You know what? Coco's right. There's definitely fewer now. I don't know what I was seeing. I need better glasses, maybe. I couldn't. How much time do I have? I don't know. That was, oh, why did I have to go and do that? Why did I go and do that? Stupid. All right. How many can actually hit me? He's got a direct hit. He's got a direct hit. And he can. He can't, and he can. So I can get hit by 4 of these What is this? Easy mode? What is this? Baby mode for babies? I wish I had more than one move left. If I had two, I could get rid of this dang one. All right, they can't hit me. Best I can do is maybe give up. No, that's not it. That's not the word. What if I were to do that? I only take hit from one of them. He's the only one that hit on me, I think. Nope, I was wrong. And there's a glass house, but let's see here. What if I remove... Where are you headed? How about we go this way? I have excess bread. That makes a lot of sense to me. And we're safe. Cool. I think that was the right call. What can I get out of this, though? Well, I guess we'll find out. Little meeple dudes. I think you can kill these guys? Let's try. Commence the battle. Spawns 70 more cat. Why would you do this? Why would you do this to me? Why would you wish such evil upon me? Get him, my little meeple. At it, fellas. Get him. Get him. Home run. They're tough. Jenga tower. 3 are dead. I've lost 3 meeples, unfortunately. The tide washes away the last of the catapults. You appear to have weathered the storm. The threat of the catapults now eliminated. The glass house pulls up next to the court, and you receive another phone call. The salesman offers congratulations for your victory and asks if there's any further assistance he might provide. You answer immediately, asking if he knows a way for you to return home. Oh, definitely. Let's pull up somewhere and I'll draw you a map. Hi, Wool! It's good to see you. I had fun hanging out with you last night. You were my nighttime entertainment while I was drifting off to sleep. I'm good, Wooly. I hope you're doing well too. Guys, this is my good friend Wool. If you're not following her, well, you should. You should be following her. She's great. She's awesome. Oh, you know, Coco, now that you're here, I do have another thing I need to do. Hold on. Everyone, HV, anyone, can someone make sure Coco's here? Why is this holding up? Why is this taking forever? Come on, game. Hold on. I'll get right back to you in a minute, Mr. Glasshouse. I got something very important I need to do. There's got to be an easier way to do this. No, you're dead? Oh no. No, we can't have a dead Coco. There we go. That was a lot easier than waiting for Twitch. All right. Okay, we're back. Wool, hope you're doing well. I'm hoping here. This is called Titanium Court. I've been spending all day trying to not call it Platinum Court. This is a weird game, but we're having fun with it so far. I played the demo. I was like, I gotta see more of this weird game. It's like part Carsicone, part Match 3, part like Disco Elysium. It's really weird. It's like a retelling of a Midsummer's Night's Dream, but like if it was in the 1980s or something like that. Pretty sure fox hunting is illegal in Japan. You might need a lawyer. Cast Resurrection. It's Raised Dead. Remember, Coco's playing D&D. Oh, speaking of D&D, so is Wooly. Wooly's playing BG3. Everyone's playing D&D lately. Although, to be more specific, Coco's playing Dagger Heart, I believe. Yeah, anyway. Oh, definitely. Let's pull over somewhere and I'll draw you a map. BG3 is fun. All right. So I get into the glass house. The salesman shows up, shows you the map, and explains the directions. Okay, so you've seen this before, right? You have, but no one thus far has offered an explanation for any of it. You assumed it was some sort of map. Hey, it kind of is, but it changes every day. So I'd say it's really more of a weather report. But it's pretty simple. Each of these rows is a battle. Within a given row, each column is a battlefield. Do you follow? Okay. No, you don't. Yeah, you'll figure it out. More importantly, did you know you can choose 3 potential battlefields before every battle? I haven't been given this before. No, you did not know that. Anyway, here's where you're at right now, smack in the middle of the war. To get home, you're first going to have to make it to victory, which is right up here. Are you talking about that place that appears to have a giant scary dragon with it? Is that the place he's talking about? Before or after the dragon? After, of course. But making it to the end isn't enough. After that, you'll need to make an exit. Make an exit? Given the abstract nature of movement through the tide, would he be willing to elaborate on that? Oh yeah, it's confusing, right? These routes were conjured back in the 60s. Everyone was hopped up on allegory or something. Around here, making an exit means you gotta consciously leave a path you're on. You know, like you gotta fundamentally change as a person. Is this some sort of big metaphor for life where I need to grow and evolve or something like that? Because I don't think I'm getting it. Okay. This might be a long shot, but does he have any specific advice for how he might do that? Preferably in a safe and non-traumatizing way? You'll make it choose strength when I only have 8. Ah! Wool's playing a bard. Aren't you? Wait, you know, to be fair, did they bully you into making a bard? Well, just as we're getting to an ad break. Thanks for hanging out, by the way, everybody. I appreciate it. Yeah, bard. Ooh, I see. But yeah, Bard's fun. I watched Wool make with hand loving care her. There was no bully, my choice. Yeah, exactly. I remember you making the bard, but like a swole bard, like the bard that like puts down the loot and goes to the gym every morning, like, you know, to pump weight. Yeah, a buff bard. Yeah, I remember that. But like I remember I watched Wool lovingly handcraft this beautiful bard, and then I think it was it Nuggets or was it Poulter? It was the birthday boy. I remember it was their birthday, and they made it a monstrosity of purple. I just remember the chat just being flooded. Purple. We basically made like a giant like angry grape or something like that. Or a Thanos to some reason. Simba and Jaden, yeah. It kind of made Guardian Grape, yeah. It kind of came out looking a little bit like Thanos at the end, near the end, because they managed to like pick a different shade of purple for the face paint. I remember that. Yeah, it's fun. I'm glad you had fun, Wool. You and 60 was struggling last night a little bit. Like every 2 seconds, like, ah! Did it get better for poor 60? Was he okay? I don't know if it got any better for the poor guy. I literally jump scared him. You did? What did you do? What did you do to 60? Like I jumped into the base and scared him. Oh, okay. Like just popped out like, oh, got it. Yeah, he does not he did not, he's not a fan of the ocean. Also, I didn't know you could like I learned watching you, Wool, that I didn't know you could do that with I think the air sacs you found. Like you did not once but not twice. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I didn't know you could do that. Like you just yeeted yourself like 500 meters into the air and then wee, which for all measurement should have like broken every bone in your body, but like it didn't, you know, video game logic and all that, using it to get around. That's pretty cool. I hope the Subnautica team doesn't like nerf that or like fix it. Let people have fun with that would be my motto. All right, looks like we're done with ad break. Thanks for sticking around with me, everybody. So let's see if we can get home. I guess the only way home is through the scary dragon. Let's see what happens. All right. This might be a long shot, but does he have any specific advice for how you might do that? Preferably in a safe and non-traumatizing way? Oh, poor frame rate. Interesting. Yeah, I figured like a lot of people, not just a lot of people with that game tend to suffer unless they have like a super high-end PC. It's not very optimized yet, I think. My guess is because they load the entire world like instantly. Like they're trying to load every single chunk instantly into your world. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. I landed on the floating Leviathan. Awesome. That's pretty cool. Oh man. Oh, whoa, by the way, one last thing before I get back into this, but uh I hope we get to see you on Thursday because I think you're gonna have fun. It's the Nikkei summer event, and for those who might not know, Nikkei goes all out usually for the summer events. It's gonna be fun. It'll be a fun time, but I look forward to seeing you there if you can make it, but no pressure. Yeah, I'm always happy to see you all. I'm always happy, just like I'm always happy to see Ashby and Coco and Cass. I'm happy to see everybody who pops by. Anyway, do I ever? Your Majesty, that's our specialty. He sweeps his arms back to reveal a shelf of bottles under a marquee that reads Love Potions. Is this a giant metaphor for me like being broken up and I have to like rediscover love? Is he attempting to make a joke? Not at all. Nothing changes a person more than love. Okay. You take a deep breath. If his love potions function like those described in stories, i.e., forcing an individual to fall in love with a person they otherwise have no interest in, then you absolutely have no interest in them. Your Majesty, with all due respect, that's messed up. I don't sell anything like that. You've been hearing some weird rumors, huh? I blame my competition. Please let me set the record straight. My potions cannot create love from nothing. They merely expand the love that already exists within you. Seeing your shoulders relax a bit, he continues with his pitch. Now, if you're new to love potions, I definitely recommend starting small. He pulls a potion off the shelf, like this one, full of love for something called Bass Ball. This one's great for beginners. The effects are really mild. Drink it and you'll end up liking this Basse Bowl just a little bit more than you already do. That's it. You suppose that does sound relatively harmless. If you also think it will help you return home, you might as well give it a try. Perfect. Now come on, put your wallet away. I'm not going to charge you for it. Just take it. And so you return to the court with a new map of the war and a single complimentary potion of liking baseball. Very specific potion. Ah, now you have a certain idea of what you're looking at here. Based on what the salesman told you, this is either a map or a weather report. Either way, the important thing is that you can choose which upcoming battle to traverse. Which battlefield should the court traverse? Volcanoes, +2, amenities, wormholes, and goons. Oh boy. Knights and goons, but there's shops and more bread, more metal. Market, boats, and goons. Boats! Inspect your available units. Okay. So we go that volcano with goons. That one has goons. That one also has goons. What is a wormhole? Against my better judgment. I'm kind of curious about the boats, though. All right, we'll go that way. You notice that a slightly different hill has made an appearance on the battlefield. You hate to ask, but those are definitely volcanoes, aren't they? Says Robin. Yes, Your Majesty. When those volcanoes erupt, their surroundings will take 6 hearts of damage and burst into flame. Hello again. A quick clarification is now necessary. Hi, Gooey. When Robin says the volcano's surroundings take damage, that includes diagonal neighbors. Also, you can see when the volcanoes erupt over here on the timeline. Also, please note that volcanoes actually match with standard hills for some reason. With this life-saving information now imparted, I will take my leave again. Thanks, Gooey. There's also a signpost. There's a new sign on the battlefield. There is. You look through a spyglass at the sign in the distance. Oh, that's not metaphorical at all. Oh, I know this one. This is a memento mori. I hear they're popular among mortals. Maybe? This one's quite simple. Perhaps even unrefined. It says dead end. So any mortal who reads it can remember exactly what awaits them at the end. In case they forgot? Precisely! You deem it unnecessary to offer any sort of correction. Robin, what can you tell me about boats? Right, here's what my calculator says. We're currently neighboring a volcano. That'll inflict at least 6 hearts of damage. As for the enemy, these enemies are deploying units. I can give you more detailed analysis if you'd like. Yes, please tell me about it. This enemy is capable of attacking. It doesn't deploy its units halfway till roughly halfway, so at least we have some time to prepare. That one's also capable. That one's capable. He'll attack immediately. Dangerous. This is capable of attacking the court. Also, it's deploying units early in the battle. Oh, it can't tell me about the boats. Okay. So what's our risk right now overall? Based on these calculations, I'd say the court is currently in considerable peril. I trust your majesty has a solid plan for these threats. If not, we might be cooked. Either way, that's all I have. So, what is a boat? What is a boat? Produces gunboats that are restricted to water. So they can only travel if there's water. Got it. Boats need water. Very vital information. Does it match with enemies? It does. Okay. So far, so good. Uh-oh. Abort. I take it back. Not good. Not good. Let's get a 5er there. How much time do I have on the timeline? A little bit. There is a midpoint. I'm thinking a little bit. What do I hate more? Well, technically, if I get rid of the boat, if that guy's left alone, he's not that much of a threat. Oh, never mind. The problem kind of solved itself with the tumbler match. Tumbling match probably be a better. Anyway, I'm not gonna think too much about it. That one's got 2 boats. Oh, it's super deadly. Still got some time, because each combo chain gives me more time to think. This is where, like, my limitations in match 3 come up very acutely, I feel. Like, I've never been the best match 3er in the world. I've never been a natural at the match 3. I do okay. Well, right now, the boats can't really do much. Like, it can get close, but they can't really get to the castle. So I think I'm safe there. Got plenty of food. I really need metal, so I wish I could, like, get rid of these guys. Yeah, so it's surroundings. So he'll get rid of the boat, one of the boats. Does that go off? He goes off before that. Okay, so maybe leave that alone. If I hit that, that goes away. Don't want to do that. I want to keep the market, because the market might give me a chance to get some supplies. If I do... That should be a safe move. Never mind. Sort of safe move, but not as safe as I hoped it would be. Also, I don't know if the boats can, like, attack at range. I still don't have a real clear thing about that. All right, well, we need some metal, so I got money to spare. All hail market. Look, I've been building up with that passive income. That should be enough for now. All right, I'm probably gonna need a couple warriors just in case, but I don't think any of these gonna get to me in time. I don't want to sound cocky about it. I'll put one out, but let's see how bad let's see how bad this works out. Where are you gonna go, little guy? Oh god, they can't attack at range. Oh, I'm doomed. Oh, I'm doomed. I didn't realize they could attack at range. Oh, I'm dead. Oh, I'm dead. They sucked my boat! No! Oh man, that happened. That came out of nowhere. Okay, well now I know. Now I know they can attack at range. They have a range. Oh no. Not the boat. For a short period of time after the court wakes each morning, it drifts through the tide alone, free from its relentless obligations to the battlefield. You found this time useful for exploring your surroundings. Yeah, I died. I died bad. Explore the court. You feel as if you could use a shower. There has been a shower in this room this entire time. To your mild surprise, the shower, nay, the whole bathroom attached to your chambers is, to put it diplomatically, a bit shabby. Unlike the rest of your chambers, those which choose to stretch and grow with the size of your station, the bathroom remains small and intimate. If you were feeling less charitable, you might refer to it as claustrophobic. Also, the room is clearly built into the underside of a staircase. Various thumps and falls from above the ceiling provide ample evidence that this staircase is well traveled. You aren't complaining. You consider it a miraculous blessing that a fairy court outfitted with trappings of a medieval Europe would also have functional modern plumbing. You turn the water and test it with your hand. Despite the shower's appearance, the temperature is consistently warm and the water pressure is high. Just a completely normal, non-magical shower. Mediocre, even. You suspect that it will be a good reminder of what your life was like prior to absconding with a cohort of fairies. As you step inside and close the sliding door, you quickly retract the previous statement. The high-pressure water, the subtle ringing noise produced by the shower head, the echoes of the footsteps from the ceiling, all combine to create a cacophonous cocoon of sound and steam. If anything, the shower is perhaps the most magical object you've encountered in the court thus far. You let your mind drift for a while. Oh, I get to play the shower in match 3. Very important. This will determine how stinky I get. I don't want the stinky ending. You go over the short list of things you have learned about the court since the time of your arrival. Don't want the stinky ending. Get some more soap. There we go. 1. Titanium Court is a royal fairy court. A place bound by ancient magic to withstand the tide, whatever that is. Oh, right, I forgot. So that's a lock thing. Oh, that's what's always confusing me. Like, why does it sometimes match when I don't want it to? Magic totally exists, by the way. Totally exists, bestie. 3. So do fairies, just so we're clear. 4. You are, however, not a fairy. As a person who has lived a decidedly unmagical life up until this point, you are instead a mortal. Yet somehow your mortal status didn't disqualify you from being crowned queen of these fairies. I'm the queen of the fairies! In fact, so far as you can tell, nothing will disqualify you from this royal office, not even your own opposition to holding it. It's a lifetime appointment, eh? As loath as you are to leave, you think you've spent enough time in the shower. Time to explore court. What should I do here? Hey, there's Puck again, just down the hall. You spy the man Puck, just down the hall. He does not appear to have noticed you yet. You're certain that if he had, he would already be making a hasty exit from your presence. Now might be a good time to follow him and observe him for yourself what duties your steward is performing in lieu of offering you guidance. He's a quick one, isn't he? Look at him darting all over this court. Does he know he's being followed? Okay, this is getting a little tedious. Fortunately, you can press and hold X to speed up the proceedings. Try it in battle, too. Oh, so there's a fast forward. Well, look at him go. Now, here's a part of the court you have not yet discovered. A vast library extends before you. Oh. Wait. You suddenly realize with some annoyance that while you were gaping at the scenery, Puck managed to slip out of your sight. Darn it. He slipped behind a bookcase. Did he not? Maybe you can figure out how. Yeah, let's find out. You inspect the bookcase you think Puck slipped behind. It doesn't budge when you attempt to move it. You try removing a random selection of books from its shelves, but that also has no effect. He's thwarted me. This is likely a waste of time. You're not even sure if this is the correct shelf. I'll you win this round, Puck. You're lucky you were voiced by the same actor who played Data in Star Trek The Next Generation. What was that? My assistant is telling me that that is the wrong Puck in this instance. That is the Puck from the famous 1990s cartoon Disney's Gargoyles. Also, I'm being told that this isn't actually my assistant in my ear, which makes me wonder how they got this number. Yes. Okay, moving on. How do you interpret this one? I interpret this as a man on the rock and roll stage. It looked like one of those like stills that you would see of someone like capturing a moment at a concert. A fantasy of revenge. The subject is smashing his guitar, most probably out of a seething hatred for rock and roll. I think you misunderstand. I've heard it said that the smashing represents his fervent passion for rock and roll. The voices in my head. But how can that be? With his guitar smashed, surely he will find it difficult to participate in the day-to-day proceedings of rock and roll. You interject to suggest that the subject likely has another guitar at the ready. That the smashing might represent both his passion and his wealth of guitars. Her Majesty's theory is compelling, but the evidence is circumstantial. After all, this theoretical secondary guitar is not featured in the painting. How can we be sure it exists? Do it? What? I gotta get my attorney's badge out and present proof that there's a second guitar in the photo? Perhaps the artist painted it somewhere in that negative space I've heard so much about. I suppose we'll need to keep an eye out for it. All right. Yeah, keep an eye out for that space. I'm going to the food hall. I want breakfast, please. You silently absorb the conversation around you as you eat breakfast. You know, vehicular technology is not so ridiculous if you consider the car to be mostly a metaphor. What? But for what? What could such an outlandish and inconsistent set of myths possibly be a metaphor for? Perhaps the psychological armor we construct around our true selves? All for the conveyance of the soul to greater stages of enlightenment? It is not too hard to imagine. I think you're overthinking it a little bit, buddy. But aren't cars also allegedly beasts that devour naughty children who do not look both ways? That's true. That's what my mom told me when I was growing up, is like, look both ways before you cross the street, otherwise a car is going to come out and eat you. And I always looked both ways every time I crossed the road since then. It's like Pac-Man, like the hood opens up and it goes whack, 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 and just chomps down. Very tragic. That's how I lost one of my good friends, Billy. He was only 8. He thought, there's no way that could happen. He was wrong. He was so wrong. Well, I never said it was a perfect metaphor. Oh. As a result of eating breakfast, you get a small bonus. I thought you were going to say vehicular manslaughter. I got 10 water. All right, cool. Bonus water. The potion of liking baseball sits in the sunlight. Well, I wouldn't mind liking baseball a little bit more. You have yet to drink the potion of liking baseball. One reason for that is your natural trepidation towards something that you have been assured will change you. Another reason is that the potion's instructions clearly state that for best results, you should leave the potion in direct sunlight until it bubbles. While it's been sitting in your office collecting sunlight from the window since you brought it back, it is yet to start bubbling, so you continue to wait. All right. What's the weather report look like? Okay, we got a clear case of dragons and looks to be swampland. We got eggs. The egg zone. We got egg zone. There are eggs over here. Got signage. Shoe. A tremendous sneaker housing a real estate office. There's the dragon. A home to a predator. Also the remains of a hatched egg. Are we sure? Look, could it just be a baby dragon? While the exact extent of what you're supposed to be doing remains unclear, there is a growing list of things you think you should try to do. Recently, you've organized this list and placed it next to the ever-changing map for convenience. Achieve sufficient personal change that you can safely leave the court at night. Achieve victory in the war. Seems pretty straightforward. Escape the onslaught of catapults. Inspect the signs. Okay. It's getting late. You should see to the business of the day. All right, time to go to war. After breakfast, the court goes to war. Let's see. What should I do with the thermostat today? I don't have the calculator. Start with the ability to produce miners. Start with an extra 10 wood. Start with an extra 10 bread. Start with an extra 6 money. Start with 2 mulligans that will let you retry a losing battle. Ooh, I kind of want to try that. I've gained a couple mulligans. Which battlefield should I traverse? So I can't pick the stumps, which is interesting. Flora, generic, chest, archers and goons, water, extra water, missing woods, birds and goons, centaurs. Oh, there's a lot here. Well, I want to try to get to the eggs. Also that jar of mayonnaise, surprisingly enough. Let's go to the left today. I kept running into roads as a kid and getting told off by cousin without looking. It's very dangerous. Do be careful. Anyway, so we got archers. What are their distance? Matches, produces dangerous archers. Produces? Well, we can't be having them producing. Those archers should be practicing abstinence. That's a dumb joke. A seat of new beginnings. The soapbox of the natural world. Let's see, I need wood and I need rock. Okay. I mean, this game's... what do you guys think about the game so far? Like, I was impressed by the demo enough to try it out. I kind of would like to see if I can get into a loop here. The roguelike stuff is a little... I'm not sure about the roguelike stuff yet, but I imagine the idea is like the more we do this and the more secrets we unlock, the better it gets on. The writing is good, and I'm charmed by like the simple but kind of expressive art so far. I'm not sure about the roguelike mechanics yet. Like, I'm wondering how difficult it is to get through the entire game, or what the win condition is. It's okay. It's gonna take a minute. The Temu factory, jeez, Ashby East. I need wood. I guess wood would be the thing I should go for. I gotta remember, I can also ignore the ones with no meeples, because the meepleless ones don't attack. They just kind of sit there. Worst case scenario, I just get rid of it like that. Clear field so far, which is nice. Still need more metal. Food would be good. Food goes in here. It sure does, buddy. It sure does. Food goes in here. It's fine. Our workers are well paid. I mean, they're fairies. I don't think they necessarily mind the work as long as they can eat and drink and make merry. Plus, you know, war and all that. They don't seem very bothered by the war. Even if I wanted to take those guys out, I don't think I'd get much of a chance to get to them. All manner of trinkets. Ooh, and Centaur Archer. Offensive fairy attacks the enemy from a distance, stopped by hills. Shield, defensive rock, takes damage in place of the court. Get them all, please. Thank you. All yours, Chief. The food goes into the square hole. Sometimes my mouth is squared. That's a big gain, though. So now I can make Centaur Archers. Kind of cool. I might as well try to take advantage of what I got. Yeah. All right. All right, boys. Get to farming. Look at him go. Oh, I gotta remember, like, the meeple order matters. Not bad. Not a bad start. All right. So now that's the fields. We got these very colorful. So wait, I can never go to the left, far left or right. Okay. Well, I still want to see what that jar of mayonnaise is about, so I'll go this way. Cornfield matches for bread. Quick to travel by foot, flammable, does not match with wheat fields. So they're different from the wheat. Got it. And we got a set storage unit. Looks like a lot like the one you rented in the past. There's no enemies on the field, so that's just free money if I wanted it. Let's start getting some wood. Must chop wood. Oh, must chop wood. Get rid of him. Immediately. Get out of here with your nonsense. So now we got two different types of food. Low tide. Gotta wait till low tide. So it's gotta be on the field at the low tide. It's low tide. McCree wouldn't be half as popular if that was his catchphrase, I think. They went with the right catchphrase for him, I think. It's low tide. Lame. Nuh-uh. I need wood. Need a lot of wood. So far, so good. I wish, like, the match 3 worked on the symbols, too. That'd be kind of interesting. Do I get rid of him? No, I should probably try to keep that line as preserved as possible, so... But the risk there is that now I have an entire set... Well, never mind. I'm bored with it now. The minute it's gone. Get rid of you guys, gentlemen. Ooh. Naughty, naughty catapult. Although the catapult's not as bad. It only has to hit me once. It only hits me once. That's actually a pretty good position for us to do some stuff. Hold on. What's in the box? Tonic. Local broadcast. Absorb surrounding water to recover. Now, I can't take that with me, can I? I can. Cool. The storage unit remains locked. Oh, do I need like a key or something? Oh, that's a shame. All right. Well. So they come in an order like that. Good morning. All right, fellas, get to work. We got a lot of stuff to blow up. We got stuff to blow up, we do. Are they gonna total all of them? That'd be cool if they could get them all. Maybe? Yeah, I got them all. Wow. Well done, guys. Well done, fellas. Proud of you. We need rock and wood. Extra water, missing woods. Let's go there. There's a lot of woods now. Autumn woods does not match with summer woods. The summer woods. What is this jar? There's a considerable amount of excitement surrounding the rather large jar that has drifted into view. From among the detritus scattered by the tide, a large and imposing jar floats into view. Upon catching sight of it, Robin groans. Ugh. Your Majesty, I advise you to steer the court away from that thing. But the other courtiers object. Nay, Robin, such advice is an error. We must steer closer to the jar than we would ever hope to open it. Robin explains her reasoning. Every time we wage war in proximity to that jar, our soldiers neglect the battle in favor of attempting to open it. But we're still making progress. Surely by now we at least put a dent in it. You know, we got a grip on it. We ran it under hot water. It'll come loose any second now. Robin sighs. The decision is yours, Your Majesty, but if we must attack the jar, let's at least do so when the court is relatively safe. Already difficult enough to open at its standard scale. 150 HP. That is a meaty jar. I got new. Open the jar! All right, well, to-do list says I gotta open the jar, so. Sorry, Robin, you're overruled. Never let it be said that Arcanuous is not a man, a queen of her people. Still got 3 meeples though to deal with. They're gonna have a hard time getting to me, but the then again, they're archers. They're gonna be obnoxious about it. They're gonna start something. There we go. Much better. Dealing with one archer that I can reasonably get to seems a better deal. But then again, the frickin' jar. Those guys I don't think are ever going to be able to get to me. Exchange good and or services. Trade stone. I can trade stone. Increase max by 10. Wait. Like I get 40? I do. Cool. All right, I want... I know they're gonna go for the jar. Stopped by hills. Got it. They can gather food, but there's no fields. So there's no point in doing that. Stop by hills. I think they're all gonna go for the jar at this point. I'm gonna make an honest shot at the jar. All right, boys, you want that jar so bad, earn it. Oh no, they're in blocked by the hill. Oh, they're getting hard. They're getting blocked hard by those forests. They're going for it. They're going for it. Come on, boys. You gotta want it. Yeah! Suddenly, amid the chaos of battle, a deafening pop, followed by silence. All combatants, on both your side and the enemy's, put down their weapons and look towards the jar. The jar that, as it happens, has just been successfully opened. Oh man, what's gonna happen? I have no clue. I have no earthly idea what's about to happen. From within the jar, there emerges an aroma. You can't immediately identify the smell, but it's something familiar. Something that unlocks memories of another time and place. Springtime, moderate humidity, classes are winding down, and the new warmth is rekindling the smells baked into the walls of your residence hall. You're about to move out and are looking at a period of 2 to 3 weeks before you can move to your new place. You have couches you can sleep on, but most of your earthly possessions will need to reside elsewhere for this period. As you lock them away in a relatively affordable storage unit, you feel something indescribable. A shining, for a lack of better term. Unburdened, untethered, unanchored. The only thing keeping you from floating away is the small key to the storage unit you hold in your hand. A key that you find yourself staring at now, here in the present. I've had a key. Wait, where did it come from? You found it in the jar, Your Majesty. Oh. Was there anything else in there? Nope. Band-aids. Plunger, plunge, 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 plunge. Glasses with tape on them. A curse is lifted! On this day! Sorry. The Queen of Titanium Court did unburden her people of the curse of resistance. And there was jubilation. Well, I'll wait. Where's my jubilation? I just uncursed you both. I will wait for my jubilation. You're welcome. I am a benevolent queen. I will care for my people. I'm like Crown. Do not worry. I will protect my people. No jubilation? Also, I'm on the wrong screen again. Just gotta make sure I'm not doing anything stupid. No jubilation? I see. Yeah, well then, I'll remember that. Okay. Game over. That was a lot of investment. I thought the jar was gonna put up a lot more fight. My sins are too big, sadly. Alright, we can do volcano. We need wood. What's missing? Nothing seems to be missing. Catapults and goons. Birds and goons. Knights and goons. I need more metal than bread. I guess I'll try my hand at the volcano. Robin notes how enemy knights behave in battle. My notes don't usually comment on minor enemy units, but there's a quick footnote here. Knights are defensive units. They won't attack the court directly, no matter what their number. That said, they will attack our units, workers and soldiers alike, whenever they draw near. As such, they pose less of a threat than other enemy types, but that doesn't mean they're not annoying. You thank Robin for the information. So remember these guys. But they also burn stuff. Which I don't know what that means. Egg! There are eggs over here. Someone left some eggs over here. Egg. Oh dear. Oh bother. Oh bother. Oh man, that was a big combo. Big combos. We got big combo. Let out most of the rabble. Little rabble. I'm getting stone and stuff, which is good. I need more, but I'm getting some. That was a good combo. How about this? And then some of this. Rabble, rabble, rabble. That's for Friday, Ashby. Save it for court. Wait. Save it for Phoenix Wright's court. There we go. I'm looking forward to Friday. I'm really happy everyone's having a good time with that series. It's making me happy. It makes me want to do it more. It makes me want to try. And it's been so fun to have like Wool and Shizu pop in and lend me their beautiful voices time and every now and again. It's been a lot of fun. I'm having a good time with it. So I'm looking forward to Friday where we resume. We're continuing. We're still in day 1 of the trial. Like, we got a lot to get through on that one. Might as well take the wood. I need wood badly. He can get to me from there. That's a straight shot. I don't like it. No, sir. No, sir. I don't like it. I only have one move, and I don't think I'm gonna be able to deal with it. Unfortunate. I can do that. I guess. Give me some distance. All right. What's in the box? Driller, working defensive fairy, gathers stone from hills, defends your court. A nice big one to start. Cash, cold and hard. Sell it for 2. All right. In an embarrassing turn of events, you're unable to complete that transaction because your hands are full. While it is your majesty's right to privilege to engage in queenly excess, you need to drop something if you want to hold something else. How would you go about doing that? Allow me! When interacting with a shop or chest, simply select a card and press X to offer it up for sale. That way, that's the only way to get rid of cards. You're welcome. So I have too many cards. I wasn't using this one. Oh, okay. I was worried like doing that would get rid of it. Okay, there we go. A mysterious egg is on the battlefield. You receive a fascinating offer from the egg zone that has appeared on the battlefield. Your Majesty, great to see you again. Still trying to get home? Anyways, do I have an offer for you? He gestures at the large pile of eggs on the battlefield. That's right. You could become the proud owner of your very own football. My own football? Is he talking about the eggs? Eggs? What eggs? I've only got footballs here. They clearly look like eggs. Your Majesty, those are likely American footballs. I hear those are shaped like eggs. Hey, if you're gonna call your football an egg, call it an egg. Who am I the judge? The important part is I'm prepared to part with one of these footballs for an incredibly low price. In fact, I'm prepared to pay you to take one with you. If he's willing to pay you to take one, there must be a downside to doing so. You'd like to know what it is. Well, raising a football's a big responsibility. Too big for me, you know, a deadbeat car salesman. But you seem like you really got it together, Your Majesty. You govern a whole magical court. You command vast armies. You ask questions before agreeing to stuff. I can't think of anyone better suited to carry one of these babies to victory. But, well, to answer your question, you know how the game of football works, right? You lose the ball, you get a penalty. I can't keep racking up these penalties, Your Majesty. I'm gonna go broke. But I doubt that'll be a problem for you. So what do you say? Consider assuming the guardianship of a football. $10 for taking the ball, 20 water for taking the ball, 20 metal for taking the ball. Money's tempting, the metal's tempting. I'll take the metal. You collect the signing bonus along with the egg, thus assuming responsibility for shepherding it to victory. I'll be rooting for you. So how does the egg take damage? That would be a question I would like to know. Anyway, we got a miner. Let's try this. All right, commence the battle. I feel like there is such a thing as over-provisioning, so I'm trying to be careful. You can fast forward the battle. It's funny as hell. So just, oh, so flammable does chain. Good to know. That house is on fire. Cool. Good to know. Bring the football to the end zone. That makes sense. Let's see. Definitely need wood. Bonus is +2 wood there. Catapults and goons? I can do that. All right, we got the football. While the field, what's this? What do those signs say? You look through a spyglass from atop the walls of the court at the distant sign. No parking. A curious symbol. A magical glyph of some sort, but I'm unfamiliar with its meaning. It appears to outlaw the letter P. Yet it prevents me not from proclaiming provocations pertaining to the presence of P in any of my pronunciations. Perhaps, what do our scholars make of it? Hop answers the call of his profession. You are correct that it is a simple magical ward, but this one is of mortal origin. Perhaps Her Majesty would like to explain to us its purpose. He winks at you, then retreats from the conversation. Put on the spot, you tentatively explain that this sign is attempting to prevent anyone from parking an automobile within its vicinity. Your courtiers appear to be highly amused by this explanation. Some of them even laugh out loud. Aha! So it's supposed to be warding off cars! Cars? A strange new mortal superstition, similar to an ogre or troll but made of metal. Ah, I think I've heard of that. It's a bit nostalgic, is it not? Mortals used to use their magic to ward off fairies. Yes, I remember. It almost never worked, but it was probably less of a wasted time than this. Quite. After all, at least the fairies exist. Yeah, cars. Never seen a car. Seeing the look on your face, he backtracks a bit. No offense is intended, Your Majesty. I'm certain if cars were real, this ward would be doing a fine job. How do you know it's not doing a job? I mean, do you see any cars around here? Huh? Mr. Smart Pants? No, I didn't think so. Anyway. I'll prioritize getting rid of the catapults over anything else. Better. Slightly. Technically, I don't have to worry about the catapult. He can't hit me. Not looking good. I think we're doing okay. Just gotta be careful. We still got a lot of timeline left to burn. There are a lot of meeps, but like the meeps are kind of common meeps, so we can beat these meeps. Don't want to move the rock. Keep the rock there. Rock must be safe. And by that I mean the football, because I think they also call that the rock. Sometimes in football, American football, not football. By the way, you guys, any of you guys watching World Cup? Like Atchvi, Cass, Wool? I wonder. I used to watch a lot of it myself. You know, my dad was English, so I grew up with soccer. Soccer, as we called it in the States. I grew up with football. I sometimes root for England. England! I sometimes root for Denmark. Sometimes root for Japan. You know, Sweden. Let's see. I don't know what to do. I feel like this is the safest move, but isn't that going to just drag that guy down here? The answer is yes. But did give me an opportunity to get rid of more of them. All right. So I think with all of that, I am safe from the catapult, which is the only thing I really don't want to have to deal with. Exchange for goods and or services. Barracks. Offensive structure. Produces 2 soldiers at the start of each battle. Is that a passive? It's a struct. Lumberjack. Collects wood. Defensive spell. I can trade water. Oh, sell for $1. I'm kind of... Where would you like to build the keep? Must be on a mountain. Neat. So that's how that works. I'm English, but not a big sport. I like to see England win as last time it was. It'd be nice. I'm certainly not going to say no to that. It's a nice feeling. Good morning. Keep them off of us, lads. Stiff upper lip and all that. That's the spirit, lads. I love the speed up music. The sped up music's cute. All right, got the football. Unremarkable. Standard. Rare chest. Rare chest. There's a dragon. There's a dragon. A dragon. Shoe. A tremendous sneaker housing a real estate office. That's funny to me still. That's silly. Oh, man. All right. Doing all right. Oh. Where to start? Where do we start with? I have a barracks there, which is nice. They kind of help out with those guys. Still, I should try to help out my boys as best I can. Now, can I? True to its name, it'll keep producing soldiers each battle until they've fallen. Or it has. Well, hopefully I can keep it around. That's a valuable piece of real estate I just purchased. Okay, that helps. Okay, we got some moves now. Only 2 wood for that. I was hoping for more. Oh, it's every match 3 gives you 1 of the resource. That's what's happening there. Okay. 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 So match 4s and 5s don't really do a lot. I guess it'd be useful still. Ooh, wow, look at that. Holy. That was a big schmoove. Those guys are still surrounded, though. I'm bet you there's like an old lady who lives in that shoe. There's a rare chest. Definitely try to keep that on the field. Dealer's choice. I'll choose that one. Oh, I got more time because of that wombo combo. Oh God, this is getting intense. I'm surrounded, but I'm kind of safe on that side for the most part. Is there any way to get rid of more of these guys? They're kind of surrounded there. Oh, we're in trouble there. All right, what's in the box? Defamation. Defensive spell. Designate any tile as a valid military target. Friends and foes will attack it when near. Don't have enough room. Well, let's sell that. Wait, hold on. Did I sell that? Oh shit, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to do this. Let's see, Centaur. Centaur's fine. Miner's okay. Can't really use the miner. I want to save that as just a trump card. Okay. Robin has notes on how the defamation spell functions. Right, here's what my notes say. When we defame a tile, it becomes a valid military target. This means both our units and the enemy's units attack it whenever it's in range. But it does not mean they'll go out of their way to attack it. Don't make that mistake. One last note, this spell can be used to trick separate enemies and attack each other. It can't be used to make a single attack itself. Got it. Our opponents are not that dense, unfortunately. And those are all the notes I have. All right. Well, I want them to defame... Here. Oh, I was going to use it. Is that how I would not use it? I need wood. All hail market! What's this? While you may have expected the giant shoe to actually be someone's personal residence, it actually houses a real estate office. And by purchasing real estate, you can lock individual tiles on the battlefield so they'll follow you to the next battle, like what you did with the barrack. Unfortunately, the minimum price of properties is $8, so you won't be able to purchase. Dang, I spent too much. By the way, I can go back to market and sell. All hail market! And all hail the ad break. Thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. Appreciate it. You guys make it fun. Purchase a property. Meaning it will follow you from battle to battle. I've bought your house. I've bought your barracks. Wait, does that mean I have a permanent enemy, though? Ugh. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. All right, let's defame. I want you to defame the archer. That location is already universally defiled. Oh, you can do multiple. Oh. Oh, I didn't know that. Thanks for the hydrate, Ashby. I'm not too worried about those guys in the corner. So I'll leave those guys alone. Let's get the soldiers out first. Miner, farmer. That should be enough of an army. Maybe one more miner. All right, here we go. Commence the battle. Thanks for the stretch, Ashby. All right, here's hoping for the best. I lost my barracks, I think. I'm about to. Oh, I saved the barracks. That's good. And the egg's fine. Hooray. Oh, no. Well, we'll wait for everybody to get back from break from here. U-turn. We'll wait for this one. We'll wait for a couple seconds here. Hope everyone's having a good time. I'm appreciating this game. I wonder what's going to happen here. We gathered a lot of stuff. I'm going to stretch them here a minute. Neck stretches, neck rolls. What's this? What's on my watch here? Oh, thank you. How you doing, boat? All right, I think we're back. All right, so we finished that fight, and we're at the dragon. The dragon. As the court moves motionlessly across the void, it encounters a neighbor. Your courtiers cry out in alarm. You spy a great dragon soaring above his lair in the distance. The legendary apex predator opens his mouth and addresses the court. Here's what he says. Yeah, hey, could I get a, hang on, let me look at the menu. He sweeps his gaze over the court, doubling back when he catches sight of you atop its walls. Oh man, I'll have the Fairy Queen combo meal. No pickles. Now, I'm not, and I didn't take Draconic as a passive skill, but I believe he means to eat us. Oh, Boka's on screen. Mm-hmm. Pretty much. I need water. This is missing hills. This is missing woods. Rare chests. Centaurs. Archers and goons. I'll take the volcano, I guess. Alright, there's a big scary dragon. The Dragon's Lair, home to a predator. Also the remains of a hatched egg. Robin has notes on the bat. Perhaps the dragon can be bribed to leave you alone. Your scholars determined that based on your current meteorological readings, an adequate bribe for the dragon should be about 50 bread. Okay. You decided to think about this decision a bit more. If I had 50 bread, I'd use it. Right, here's what my notes say. The dragon's first priority is to cook every fairy we send to the field. Once all our units are cooked, he'll turn his attention to the court. If he can find a way to spread our units far and wide, we might be able to withstand his assault. Or we could try to keep our units on hills or water where fire is much less effective. But even if he doesn't burn the court directly, we're still in danger of catching fire from neighboring fields and woods. Those are the notes. All right, so he's gonna just burn us, but he's gonna try and target it to us. Unfortunately, we don't have our barracks anymore. So if we had enough food, we could probably do something here. But let's try to turn the tide, as it were, as best we can. Can't believe he sounds like fucking Patrick Star over here. Anything that kind of keeps us relatively safe would be better. Hi, Shizu. Good morning. 102 boats. That's a lot of boats. How you doing? That's a dragon. We're playing some more Platinum Court. Titanium Court. I did it again. It's Titanium Court, you dum-dum. All right. So I'm trying to deal with this dragon. Or Boka. Boka will try to eat me. Boka's hungry. She wants to eat me. And I'm trying to prevent that from happening. Pretty much. Horrible, but thank you for... Oh, I'm sorry, Shizu. I'm glad to see you all the same. You know. Hang in there. Alright. I wonder if I can keep a distance from him, too. Now, one of the things I could do is also move the court. Like, I've put myself there. I'm at least relatively safer. Boka being a nuisance? Yeah, for the most part. Unfortunately, I don't have the bread, but maybe I could get the bread. Can I do this? All hail market. So this is basically 2 for 1. No, even if I sold everything and bought everything. Oh wait, hold on. I only need 25 gold to get 50 bread. As you attempt to make another transaction, an acolyte of the Church of Market pulls you aside. Apologies, ye faithful, but you appear to have reached your hourly limit for devotion. We have no choice but to cut you off for the time being. You're surprised to learn a bit that there are limits on the number of transactions you can perform. That strikes you as pretty inconvenient. Yes, I couldn't agree more, sister, but you see various jealous and wicked powers have banded together to limit the strength of our faith. Hold fast to your devotion, and one day our glorious market will be truly free. Later, upon mentioning this exchange to Skip, she rolls her eyes. Yeah, we tried the no transaction limit for a while and it was a total disaster. Sinkholes of power were constantly popping up. The entire magical ecosystem was under constant threat of collapse. It was also boring. Very boring. Damn it. I can't manipulate the stock. I'm doomed. I can't buy or sell anymore. Damn it. Oh, damn it. This is bad. Oh, I'm in trouble. I can't bribe the dragon with enough food. All right. I think the best I can hope for is just keeping these guys off of me. And then the dragon will hopefully go after them first, but I'm in trouble. Boca, she a coming. There she comes. She's all the way on the other side, but the flyings ain't gonna stop her. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Damn it. But I get a mulligan. Do have one up. With a mulligan still available, perhaps you want to try that battle again. Actually, you kind of prefer defeat. No, I want to start from high tide, please. Thank goodness I picked that up. Okay, so I know I can't do this. I need to figure out a way to get him, keep him F away from me. Ooh, that mulligan helped me somewhat. But I can't surround myself with water either. I need like stone. I need someone to get away from it too. All right. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna have my people run through the fields this way. Because at least I'll try to... I'm gonna attempt to have it where the dragon doesn't immediately try to aggro me. Which is easier said than done. I was hoping the defame would also work on the dragon, but I guess it's immune to that. Keep the woo. Oh, that's bad. Oh, that was bad. Can I undo? I can't undo. Shit. That's about as good as I'm gonna get. It's still not good. All right, and I know what defame means. I keep forgetting I don't use the magic here. I use it in the other one. My only hope is I can get these guys enough distractions where he won't hit me, but let's see. I did it! Oh. But I lost 35 meeples. As the dust from the battle settles, it soon becomes clear that your football did not survive the ordeal. Your courtiers, showing a surprising amount of coordination, organized a short memorial service for the demolished ball. It was them or me. Wow. Wow, they dressed up good. As Queen of the Court, you are naturally expected to deliver a eulogy. You do a brief overview of the ball's memorable qualities, including the fact that it clearly resembled an egg rather than a football, and express a passing regret for its untimely loss. That's it. Honestly, you don't really see the need to put in any more effort beyond that. As the funeral concludes, you must now choose an appropriate penalty for losing the football. 10 damage, forfeit all my cash, all of 2 resources. You prefer not to endure any of these penalties. I'll give you some cash. You've lost all of my money. You accept the penalty and proceed sans ball. Your courtiers continue expressing alarm as the dragon's lair is somehow able to pursue the court into high tide. Hang on, I wasn't done with my order yet, says Robin tentatively. I'm sure it can't keep up with us forever. Is it just gonna chase us? Oh, fuck. Scamps and goons, catapults goons. It's gonna chase us now. Oh, dang it. I've only had 50 food. Blah. It's right next to me. You put him right next to me. That's not fair. Game, do you hate me? Why would you do that to me? A medical establishment is offering to sell you health, but they're closed for now. Okay. I might have to die again. What do we do? What do we do? Okay, let's not freak out. Let's not panic. We're the queen. We slay. Queens do not panic. They improvise. I'm surrounded by water and stuff, which is great. Passable on foot. Not flammable. Also impaired. Oh, I got rid of the hospital. Kind of wish I didn't do that. Okay, I guess worst case scenario is I have a strategy for what to do next time, or what to prepare for next time. All right, the die is cast. I'm going to die. I have no money. There's no market. We'll use a defame there. I need people to gather food. I need soldiers to fight off the tide. So let's do it in reverse order. I want the soldiers out first. Let's try to gather as much food as we can. It's time. The dragon coming. Yeah, chase them. Chase them. Damn it. This is over. 07. Spilled the tea. I thought it was interesting. Although I don't know if I'm going to play it again, but I think I got most of it. But it's fun. It's fun. Don't get me wrong. And now a brief recollection of your first experience bathing in dragon fire. Oh boy. For context, there are 2 fun facts about dragon fire that distinguish it from run-of-the-mill fire. Fact 1. While it does not consume fuel and radiate intense heat, dragon fire does not produce any smoke. How odd. Oh, it's saying, while it does consume fuel and radiate intense heat, dragon fire does not produce any smoke. How odd. Fact 2. Dragon fire is loud, which is to say it's noisy, which is to say it literally screams as it burns. So as to your experience, you remember instantly sweating in the heat and noise. You got 2 games tonight? That's nice to hear. You remember pushing your way through a throng of your courtiers, all of them moving strangely as if caught in a dance. You remember searching desperately for an exit. An exit you found eventually through some miracle. Stardew. Ooh, I have Stardew for PC. I know that Wool also has Stardew. I think. If Wooly's still here, I think Wool has Stardew as well. Bursting through the pair of double doors into the brisk autumn night, you were finally able to catch your breath. It was in this calm place, with the heat and noise and massive bodies just behind you, that someone offered you a light. One of those one you've thoroughly enjoyed failing at. One I thoroughly enjoyed failing at. Coco also has. Okay, I'm getting clues at the wazoo here. I'm trying to figure this out. Um, is it Enfield? It can't be Enfield. Is it Arknight's Enfield? Because that's free to play. That can't be it. Let's see. What could it be? What could it be? Can I get another hint? Sad. Oh. 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 Oh, Shizu. Oh, that's gonna be so fun if you decide to stream that. That's gonna be so. I'm gonna have so much fun watching you play that. Oh. Oh man. Oh man. You know, actually, also speaking of, I think I might. Speaking of sad and stinky, I might actually play Zero Parades. I've been kind of slowly coming around to like the idea of like maybe giving it a shot. That could be a fun Monday game. We could play Zero Parades on stream. I'd be willing to give that a shot. Any hoodle, but yeah, that sounds great. I'm looking forward to that. Anyway, I got roasted by Dragonfire. Boca toasted me. You suspect that light is most likely what kept you alive. Get a job! You unlock the alluring and self-destructive light of youth. Equip it in your office. Oh, right. Sorry. I thought she meant Coco also has a Elysium. But that'll be fun. Yeah, Stardew is multiplayer now, especially on PC. I just don't know how many players can do it, but I know that you could probably either mod the shit out of it for like multiplayer. But that'd be fun. All right, I got an equipment for Light of Youth. This is the roguelike part of it of the game that I'm not sure I appreciate as much. And this is the one thing that I think, like, I don't know if I'm vibing with this just yet. I like the dialogue. The art's simplistic, but I think that adds a charm to it. I love the pixel art a lot. I think the dialogue's kind of funny. I like the dialogue. I think the writing's pretty solid. I like the like the Ultima-esque like UI to a degree, and the gameplay's not too bad. It's like a match 3, but with some additional complexities, which is fun. You wake up and immediately wish to return to sleep. Your head pounds. What did you do to your neck? Probably slept wrong. What did you do to your throat? Probably drank wrong. What did you do to your skin? Probably bathed wrong. Like I knew I shouldn't have bathed in like barbecue sauce the other night. What did you do last night? I just said I bathed in barbecue sauce after drinking way too much. And, you know, I was deciding that I wanted to sleep on a pile of bricks. Clearly. After considering this question for a few seconds, you remember the dragon fire. What was that? Don't talk to me about dragons, Wolf. I am the one who've known true dragon fire. Your skin. You're wearing it wrong. I am? Well, I better unzip it and get. Wait a minute. I was about to out myself as a totally normal human being and nothing else. Yes. That's it. She's just like She's just like, you're either gonna take that skin off voluntarily, or I'm gonna take it off. Yeah, okay. You survived. Sort of. It's too early. All of this is too early. In other words, the game's like, I gotta go a couple more loops before I'm ready to fight a dragon. With an intense amount of concentration, you will your body to the edge of the bed. You're certain you'll feel better after you just get up, take a shower, maybe have some coffee. You just gotta actually get up. Ugh. Okay. I've been here before. It's like, all right, I know I just have to get out of bed, but god damn, that's hard. Oh, do I really gotta? All right. That a queen. After incredible effort, you managed to get out of bed. Yes, and the people rejoiced. Well, I got nothing else to do but go to court. I lost the key and everything, too. The halls. What should we do here? More paintings? Okay. Look here! I do believe the artist has pulled a fast one on us. How so? Look closely. They have neglected to paint their subjects' athletic shorts. You are correct. How strange. Even stranger, the shorts are still clearly part of the painting, despite not being painted. I expect this is a useful technique for saving paint. Undoubtedly! Can I go to my office? In the time since you've last went to war, a new job has been made available to court. Specifically, the youth job. Perhaps you should give it a try. Alright. It's still not bubbling? I still can't drink my potion of liking baseball. Achieve victory over the dragon. Use the youth job in battle. Achieve sufficient personal change that you can safely leave the court. Achieve victory in the war. Bring the football to the end zone. Alright. Choose a different job. Choose the court's job. So right now I'm a monarch. Receive money when enemies are conquered. Offensive job. Receive money for letting it burn. But how does one let it burn? Just like volcanoes? Does that count towards like volcanoes, or do I have to do it? Oh, wait. These are different decks, too? Oh, that's how I do. Because I can set things on fire. Offensive broadcast. Cook your surroundings. Defensive spell. Removes fire and flammability. Lumberjack. Gathers wood from the forests. We'll give it a shot. You sit on the throne in your office, and for the first time since your arrival, you relax. In response, you can feel the court change in appearance and character. You wonder what these changes might mean for the war. So glad you asked. Allow me to answer. First, your starting cards have changed. In particular, this card is essential to your new job. Experiment with it to find out how. What do I mean by new job? We'll have a look over here. Your new job is to watch the world burn. I.e., instead of earning money by destroying enemies, you earn money by anytime a tile burns down. Any tile, not just enemies. One more thing, while this job, you'll be immune to fire. Immune to fire, you say, but not does that include dragon fire, or is dragon fire like magical fire? Go to war, explore the court. Let's go to the dining hall. They said the court changed, so what happened? Like, is breakfast like just basically a shot of whiskey and a breakfast burrito? You got 10 wood. That's it? No one to talk to? No snappy dialogue? It's getting late. It's time to go to war. After breakfast, the court goes to war. What should our new thermostat do? Begin the war with an extra 10 health. Start with an extra 10 metal. 2 mulligans, extra 6. Calculator was pretty useful. I'll start with 10. More life. Let's see. We got goons and centaurs, goons and archers. Let's do a standard field for now. Alright, let's try this new job. I need to gather wood first, but I can try it out. Catapults. Gone. Oh wow, that was a whopper. Oh, what a beauty! Still got catapults, and they all got a clean shot. Well, not all of them. These two got a clean shot for sure, though. There's the idea that now that I'm a youth with a burning fires of passion, that I should be like trying to get as much as possible in regards to wood. I need more kindle for my pet project. I still don't know how much a catapult does damage-wise. I was very good about, like, avoiding it at all costs. So I still don't know how much that's going to do to me. But then again, I don't know if I want to know unless I have to. Okay, that gets rid of one problem. But now I need to get rid of this one. No. Not helping. Not. All right, I'm just gonna sacrifice the shop. That helped. Now I'm only down to one baseball to the face. All right. Ugh. Might as well take the wood. There we go. Now we're baseball free. What if that's like a passive buff or something? Like, you know, now that I like baseball, it doesn't hurt as badly. Unfortunately, I kind of put myself in a bad situation here. Because now I'm going to take one ball to the face. I'm going to get one beanball. Exchange goods and or services. Gunboat. Offensive rock. Attacks with the enemy via water. And it has range, which is something I learned the hard way. Unfortunately, things in this world cost money. That's a wild thing to say. Maybe I can give up two... oh, hold on. No, like baseball, it doesn't hurt as badly. I don't know. I'm just kind of... I'm just trying to understand this game's vibe a little bit. Trying to meet it somewhere in the middle. Okay, I got lumberjacks for wood. Too bad I'm just gonna burn everything. Hello, gentlemen. Go. Oh, it's hurting my boys. No. I didn't want that. What? Oh, right. I've never got... oh, it's 5 damage. Okay. Okay, I gotta be careful with that. Not a... all right. Unremarkable. Scamps and goons. Generic for more wood. Unremarkable field. You say that, but it looks so pretty. The court pulls up beside what appears to be a large and impressive toll booth. From the large and impressive toll booth emerges a large and impressive goat. He gives the court a quick look over and then motions towards the sign. The sign reads toll schedule, 2 axles, $1, 4 axles, $2, ferry court, $4! Your Majesty, that appears to be a dire goat. I would definitely recommend paying its toll if we have the means. Yes, they can get aggressive if we don't do what they want. Right, here's what my notes say. During goat battle, dire goats will charge directly at the court. They're quick and they're strong. But they cannot travel on foot. Because they travel on foot, they cannot cross water. They also can't cross hills, but they can knock them down, which is exactly what they do to get to us. Therefore, our best bet at defense is to surround ourselves with lots of water and lots of hills. Alternatively, we could try deploying a lot of our defensive units. Dire goats tend to be single-minded and will leave our units alone while focusing on the court's destruction. Perhaps we can take advantage of that. So it wants one thing in life unless I pay the toll of $4. My destruction. Here, I'll just give you the toll, leave me alone. With a small bit of resentment, you fork over the cash. The goat nods and lifts the barrier, for whatever that's worth. He also now joins your side of the battle. Bonus! Oh, I got a goat friend now? Worth it. Good choice. Good purchase. I got a pet goat now. A wise decision, my queen. I know, that's why I slay. So goat friend can probably help us out a little bit here. You know, it might be worth actually keeping a lot of rock and stone around me, because then I can set fire to something else. But the thing is, like, also known as Hot Court, the court now exudes an aura that is both attractive and destructive. Yeah, the writing gets me. I think the writing's quite clever. So those produce scamps. Okay. Well, these guys are not dangerous, so I can leave them alone. Maybe just gather more kindling for the fire. The fires of Mount Doom. And sadness. We got plenty of wood. Need food. There's not a lot of food. Mostly because I burned a lot of it. Also because there's not a lot of matches for it. Yeah, but my boys are probably going to be a bit peckish if I don't get some food in them. Will I roast the eggs if I do that? I mean, sorry, the footballs. They probably don't want me roasting the footballs. All right, what's in the chest? 10 water. Cool. I'll take it. I didn't know what I don't think we're too close, not close enough to an end zone for the eggs to be worth it yet. I think I'm good. I'm gonna sit back and watch the world burn. Also, I noticed the music changed as well. Look at that goat go. Hey! You bastard. That's it, Billy. That's it. Get him, Billy! Get him, Billy! Good job. With the toll paid and the battle weathered, the dire goat gives you a nod before returning to his toll booth and drifting away with the tide. All right. Well, we made a boatload of money there. I haven't seen these blue hills yet. We can go to the hospital, which would probably be good too. Let's go to hospital. Hold on, the court is currently immune to fire. Does that mean it's also immune to volcanoes? You asked whether the court's immunity to fire extends to volcanoes. Allow me! Allow me! The answer is yes. Great, thanks. You have a question about terrain impacts the enemy soldiers. You asked Robin a question about the war that has concerned you for a while. Suppose the battlefield is arranged like this. If the enemy soldier is the enemy soldier able to attack the court from this position? Like, you understand that soldiers cannot cross water. What about this corner gap here? Can they squeeze through? Ah, my notes are very clear on this. They cannot. They cannot. They cannot. I think they can, actually. I've seen them move diagonally all the time. You've never seen them move diagonally inside tiles. They never move diagonally across tile borders. They don't? They don't. Why not? I don't know. Maybe because it would be annoying if they could attack us by cutting corners. Which they can't. In other words, corner tiles are safe. As long as they have difficult terrain. Okay. Good to know. This is knowledge we'll put in our knowledge brain of thinking. You need that food. The hospital is there. There's the shoe. I could buy some real estate that I could soon set fire to in my youthful exuberance. Nice combo. Not nice combo. I was kind of hoping at the hospital there, but up that. Now it's back and now it's gone. It's back. It's gone. A lot of back and forth here going on here. This music is a fever dream. It feels like sometimes, and it's gone, and it's back, and it's gone. All right. What do you have? Surgery. Healing spell. Restore yourself to full at the cost of reducing your max by 8. Hence the saw. Interesting. I think I'll take the max health for now. I would like some real estate, please. So now that means the water tile will always be next to me. Is that the idea? All right, well, let's set it all on fire.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello, hi. All right, go forth, my pretties.
Yeah.
I feel like the Witch and I do feel like the Wicked Witch of the West. And I'm doing this. And I just burnt the shoe. No, not the shoe! I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. Toast! I'm in trouble. That one soldier kicked my ass. All right. I need to go to the hospital again, I think. Not long after encountering the previous toll, you happen upon a second toll booth. From within the second booth emerges a second goat. All right, bro, you know the drill. Cross the bridge, pay toll. Toll today is $8. Chop, chop. This is considerably higher than the previous toll. Are you expected to believe the prices changed so suddenly? Listen, lady, my booth is old and rusty. This thing ain't gonna open unless you grease it a bit, if you get what I'm saying. You sigh. Unfortunately, you do get what he's saying. You now notice the battlefield is littered with a bunch of ominous... What are those? Are those wormholes? I'm not sure what to call them, Your Majesty, but those things are bad news. The tide never seems to group them with the enemy. But they never disappear when matched. Instead, they appear to merge with their neighbors, retaining every soldier those neighbors possess. If prayer actually worked, I would pray that we do not see them grow. They remain harmless as long as they're empty. So in other words, try to avoid matching with them because they just get bigger and more annoying. Great. Here's your toll, you stupid goat. With a small bit of resentment. There we go. That's more like it, bro. Now, excuse me while I collect the toll from those other losers. What's the signpost say? I think that's a children playing sign. Incredible. A sign that predates written language and is comprised entirely of a single hieroglyph. I must say it's a remarkable condition for something so old, but what could it mean? Given the symbol, the scales tilting in the favor of one individual, it is clear the sign marks the presence of social inequality in the vicinity. Is that so? How kind of this ancient civilization to offer a warning so we might avoid it. Yeah. Avoid it. The court is literally a monarchy. Well, the sign is there for a reason, wouldn't you say? I do say. You know, you guys are so right. Can I get... I feel like I still need to try and bank food for the dragon. Because that dragon be coming and they be hungry. Problem is now we have multiple types of food. I think they both just give me one food each. So it's not really... It's like going for corn. Prioritizing corn doesn't do anything for me. A new buddy can take care of that. Where am I? Oh, I'm in the corner. Me in the spotlight. Wait, is there a guy already in there? Merges and grows when matched. One might expect worms, but there are none to be found. So it's false advertising on top of everything else. You have anything? I receive until you gather, whenever you gather water until the water is done. I need $5 for that. Dang it. If only I had more dollar. That sets that on fire. All right, let's go. Get to work, lads. You can attack the wormhole? While no goats survived the chaotic battle, your courtiers seemed convinced that such a loss will not reflect poorly on the court. We paid the toll. We're in good standing with our organization. There should be nothing to worry about, Your Majesty. Good to know. All right, let's go to the hills. I think I need to go to market. In the field, take a look inside the storage unit. You'll have to wait for low tide before you can attempt to go to the storage unit. Got it. My notes don't usually comment on minor enemies. Knights are defensive. Right. We talked about these guys before. But thank you, Robin. Appreciate the tutorial all the same. So those guys will stay in there. Will stay. Winter Hill. Very slow to travel. Does not match with summer. So then now we got blue hills and red hills. Great. Can I save up enough food where I don't have to bribe the dragon? Where I can bribe the dragon? That's what I was thinking. Is like, can I get to that somehow? That stage where the dragon can be bribed. Kind of a lousy round for me, but let's see. A bit of a whim, you decide to test the key to your storage unit on this identical storage unit. You are mildly surprised when it works and the door swings open. Reverse Philosopher's Stone. Offensive spell. Transmute hearts into money. Ignore shields. Your personal possessions remain. It stands empty. A perfectly blank canvas on which you might paint. Wait, I can put stuff in the storage unit? Ooh, that's a candy. That's handy to know. All right, let's go to the market. All hail the market! Okay, I got everything I could out of the market. So if I can get enough food. So let's prioritize food if we can. Or try to prioritize not using as much food, I should say. All right. That's dragon time. +2 food. Market. Where's the dragon? I know he's there. Want to set something on fire? No, I can do that myself, but thank you. Oh, I thought there'd be a dragon somewhere. Still could be. Don't take it to heart. So that tile literally stays where I left it. Okay, good to know. Nice wombo combo. Watch out for that wormhole, though. The wormhole do any damage on its own? I don't think it does, right? Oh, I should have gone with the food. There we go. Well, that gets me 50. Fortunately, I still also need to cash, cold hard cash. For 5 bread. Ugh. Too expensive. Oh, I can make more food. All hair to market. So now I can give myself at least a couple people to help me with that. All right. Go, my minions. I wasn't expecting to go and attack the wormhole. I lose. Oh, dang it. Don't have any defensive units, which kind of sucks. With time and repetition comes comfort. You feel your maximum level of comfort increase to 2. Feels like that's the game's like soft lock, where like if you keep struggling, it'll give you a chance to get more stuff. You wake with a start as a cat leaps off of your lap. Your legs seem to have fallen asleep. All right. The potion of liking baseball is ready. Let's drink it. And of course, did you think you can fly? Start from the ground. If you think you can fly, start from the ground. Did I miss anything? Robin is expressionless as she measures out 3 individual glasses. I was under the impression that this potion did not induce hallucinations. On the surface, perhaps, but dear Robin, any fundamental change to your personality is a trip. Even something as innocuous as liking baseball. You wait in your sitting chamber as Robin finishes measuring out 3 glasses from the potion of liking baseball. Your magical scholars, skip study hall and hop turnstile, I volunteered to accompany you for your first foray into the world of love potions. For research, or so they say. Robin has likewise volunteered to remain sober in order to keep an eye on the three of you. How familiar are you with this baseball, Your Majesty? I'm guessing you know a bit about it, given your willingness to like it, perhaps? Stop! Skip interrupts. If you are to properly fulfill your role as a control group, you shouldn't speak of baseball until the potion has started to take effect. Right, of course. He turns to you. You must understand, Your Majesty, I currently know nothing of baseball. I am fascinated to discover what it means to like something I have no knowledge of. The measuring done, Robin hands you a small glass of purple fluid. Tentatively, you down the glass. Taste is faintly sweet and rich, like a powerful aftertaste of honey. Your companions down theirs as well. They say in union, oops. And now, says Robin, and now you wait. The label claims it takes at least an hour to take effect. And so, as the seed of new love begins to inch its way through your digestive system, you await its arrival. Okay. There appears to be a bike race proceeding along the inside of the court's outer walls. Sweet. Damn. Neat. All right. Ooh, we can go to the library. If there is some principle of organization by which the books in the library are arranged, you are unaware of it. True crime novels sit next to self-help treatises, which sits next to compilations of syndicated newspaper comics. Do you have Calvin and Hobbes in there? I'd love to watch that. Shelves are stacked with playbills from amateur theatrical productions, maps of amusement parks, and brochures from defunct tourist traps. There even appears to be a whole row of shelves devoted to graded essays written by middle school students. If you are to find any information of value here, it will require a significant amount of dedication and time. Time that, unfortunately, you do not possess at the moment. After all, you already have plenty of things to do. Go to my chambers for a minute? Take a shower. You turn on the water and wait for it to heat before stepping in. Shower time! While there is no consensus on the full extent of your duties as queen, everyone seems to agree you're in charge of the war. Wait, I can do like a diagonal? Interesting. Or maybe I just flopped too quickly. The heaviness of this duty is eased by the fact that your courtiers do not seem to care whether your leadership results in victory or defeat. Yeah, they're kind of chill with either result, it looks like. They're just happy that they're just doing it for love of the game at this point. But if you had your choice, you'd pursue a third option. Peace! Sure, the combatants on all sides of the conflict are immortal, meaning the violence is free of the standard consequences. Except, does it still hurt? It can still hurt. But that doesn't change the fact that the court appears to be trapped by this war. To hear your quarters describe it, the war has been ongoing since as far as you can remember. None of them can speak to its origins. None can speak to its purpose. You think we would want to know why we're fighting? They go through life every day expecting to be violently conquered as a matter of course for reasons beyond their understanding. Oh, you can do a cross like that? That's cool. Immortal or not, such a life strikes you as needlessly tragic, so you've resolved to end this war at the earliest opportunity. Good idea. So, to do so, you suspect you'll need to learn a lot more about both the enemy and the court. A lot more. As loath as you are to leave, you think you've now spent enough time in the shower. Alright. Well, there's only one other thing I can do, the dining hall. Get some breakfast. You make a modest proposal of a breakfast. Given that you have no desire for or qualifications to be queen of a court of fairies, you propose to instead abdicate your position. Abdicate? Is it even possible for Her Majesty to do such a thing? Such an action would leave our system of governance in tatters. You must not, Your Majesty. Yes, well, you could first help them establish a new form of government, something more equitable than a monarchy, at least. Ah, like a democracy, or perhaps a democratic republic, I can foresee a very smooth transition to such an arrangement. Really? How so? Well, under popular rule, we can simply elect Her Majesty to a permanent position of ultimate authority. You sigh. They got me in a loophole. They're not going to bother abdicating, they're just planning to immediately elect you to the same position. Such tyranny! Our dreams of liberty die on the vine! Oh well. As a result of eating, you get a small bonus. 10 metal. They got me in a loophole. Tricksy, tricksy fairies. Did I pick up like a new job from drinking that baseball potion? Not yet. Time to go to war. I get 2 comforts now. Decrease enemy precipitation. Start with the ability to produce defensive knights. +2. Receive an arch tower. Increase the market transaction. Start with an extra 10. Ooh, these are new. And I can pick like 2, or I can go with 1 big one. Interesting. Defensive knights would be pretty good. Less combat in general would probably be good. All right, we're still fire, so I think we should leverage that. And go burn a forest down for money, for war funds. Looks like an ad break's starting soon, so I'll gently continue this and continue to work while you guys relax. Have a good one. Thanks for spending so much time with me. I really enjoy you guys being here. Okay, that came up really quickly. I think the timer's lying to me on Twitch's side. Guys, I think Twitch is lying to me. Guys, I get the sneaking suspicion I'm being deceived. Try to keep the treasure chests as best we can. Oh, I tried. Okay, there's another one. Redemption. As long as I don't fuck it up. There we go. All right. Wait. There's someone on the stump. Soldier. Double beam. Raise your entire row for 20 resources each. I like the soldier. I'll keep both for now, but I can always sell that later. What a find. I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna go get some water. I'll be right back. Don't worry. Alrighty. Huh. So what is this new guy? There's somebody standing on that stump. You look towards the stump in the distance. A lone figure appears to be holding up a sign. Learn self-defense for $1. Ooh, we should sign up, Your Majesty. The port itself is terrible at defending itself. Menacingly. Pay $1 for a lesson on self-defense? Sure. Hiya! You suppose $1 isn't that much. You could spare it merely to satiate your own curiosity. You and your Retuin gather around the stump, dollar in hand. Right, step up. Right, step right up. We're starting a moment. As it happens, you aren't the only student present for today's lesson. That's right. I have the honor of being Sensei's #1 disciple. Well, he's got a black belt. Hopefully it's not just for show. That doesn't mean anything, kid, and please stop calling me that. The instructor turns to you. It's your first time here, right? Let me explain how this works. Basically, each lesson, I'm going to give you one card for self-defense and then tell you how to use it. But the first thing you gotta know is I'm not always going to be here to give you cards. If you really want to defend yourself, you're eventually going to need to find your own cards. Question, Sensei. Where can we find these cards? Haven't you been coming here for years, kid? You tell me. Sensei's answers possess so many meanings, true understanding still eludes me. Okay, look, kid. It's not a riddle. Normally, you find self-defense cards in shops or chests. Got it? You nod. Shops? Chests? Anyway, why don't you start choosing a card? Archer, outpost, driller, defends your court. Defensive fairy, defends the court. Defensive rock, takes damage. Thorns, defensive tradition. All who would harm you take damage in return. Scales and multiples. Interessante. Archer outpost would be good. It's a struct. We don't have a struct yet. Passive is nice. I'll take the passive. Receive 2 thorns. Okay, thorns. These are interesting. So the way they work is whenever an enemy unit attacks your court, that's going to take some damage in return. The more thorns you have, the more damage they do. So if you don't get enough of them, then most enemies won't be able to hit you more than once. Now you may be thinking, if I'm still taking damage, aren't these things kind of not that useful? And you're right. You're going to get overwhelmed by enemies. If you're overwhelmed by enemies, thorns aren't going to help you much. But where they'll really shine is when you got 2 more enemies positioned to attack you early in battle. Without any means of defending yourself, an early attack like this can deal a ton of damage. It might be even fatal. When you have thorns, there's an upper limit to how much that kind of early strike can hurt you. One last thing about thorns, they're a passive tool, so you won't see them with the rest of your cards. Instead, you can see them hanging out over here with all your other passive effects. Over where now? And that's your lesson. Go try it out. Thank you, Sensei. Well, now that I've learned everything I can from Sensei, the only natural thing to do is to burn the forest down. It's what he would have wanted. I do have a guard. And go. Is that what Himmel will do? Maybe. Maybe if Himmel was like having a sandwich board, it was reduced to doing a sandwich board. I need to watch Free Ren. I need to read more of it. I was reading Free Ren. I stopped like, where was I stopping? The last I remember was like the arc with the first pair of demons. And God, I can't remember the boy's name, but they had met the demons, the first like batch of demons, and they were pretty dangerous, but like Freeman of course like was able to like outsmart them because Freeman is a big smart girl. Stark, thank you. I couldn't remember his name, but I remember Freeman and come on, you know this. Come on, Merc, you know this. Freeman, Stark, Fern? I believe it's Fern. Yeah, it's Fern. Yeah, around the part I'm at. Yeah, like, I might have been a little bit further about that with, like, they met, like, some deadbeat healer who actually was really good at healing. Yeah, that's it. I remember now. They were participating in, like, they were trying to get Fern her mage license, right? So they went all the way to the magical city to undergo the mage test. That was the last part I was on. And Freeran, the administrator of the test was Freeran's old rival slash teacher of sorts. And they were getting into it a little bit. Anyway, it's a good series. I like it a lot. I also want to watch Witch Hat Atelier. I've heard good things about Witch Hat. Everyone's going crazy for it at the moment. Witch Hat Atelier seems like it got my attention a little bit. Let's see. What would be worth it? Wormholes. No fields? I kind of want to keep getting fields because I need the food. I got a lot of metal, but my poise can't. What the? What does the vending machine have for sale? You cannot reach the machine during high tide, but you can gaze upon the bounty it contains. It's got food and water. Makes sense. A mechanized member of the middle class. Ooh, birdhouse. Skybound birds. Alright, we'll just get rid of that. I need food, though. I need food badly. Hepatitis. I don't watch a lot of anime, now that I think about it. I do read a lot of manga, though. Mostly in English. Some in Japanese, but mostly in English still. Although the place that I was going for, like, put up a paywall. So I might have to go find another source for that. But, that being said, reading's enjoyable in its own way. One of is I've been enjoying reading, even though it's more kitty-based, but I just find it very charming, is Merimashita Iruma-kun. It's a good series. It's cute. I just want to see Iruma and Amari kiss. Although I feel like now I'm in the part of the book where, like, it feels like it's heavily implied that they might be blood related, although in a weird way. I'm like, okay, now I'm getting into weird territory and I don't think I want this anymore, which just kind of sucks. Because I think they're really cute together. But, anyway, I'm going to leave that aside. All right. Well, we're not going to be able to set a lot of fire, I don't think. Oh, well, maybe. Maybe we'll get to have some chaos. Maybe I should go the other way. Goods and or services. Portable wall. Defensive rock. Build a wall that you can move around the battlefield. Interesting. Defensive structure. Present vertical difficulty. I can trade food for money. This is only this is only $1. Oh, it's not a... Oh, I see. Portable wall. But it's not, they're not passive. This isn't... Wait, can I use it? Huh. Oh, I can only buy one at a time. Okay, I get it. I get it now, at least. I don't think I'm going to use this rain, so I'll sell it. Now that's a card. Okay, that's what I was thinking. All right, that gives me a card. Give me some food. Give me some extra food, man. All right, we're going to need to get some wood. So instead of burning things down, you guys are going to be choppy. I think we're relatively safe here. So yeah. Let's just chop wood. Let's get as much wood as we can. Perfectly safe. So I'm guessing the structure doesn't come with us. I need fields. Shop, volcanoes, woods. Let's try this. What is that? Gift shop offers articles for permanence for purchase. Interesting. All right, let's manipulate the field. This gets me water. A lot of water. Kind of our mortal enemy, all this water, but oh god, the baseballs are back. The balls are back in town. Balls are back in town. I don't like that they're right there, boss. That protects me there. Ooh, that's a big match. Definitely need that. Are you blocked? You are. And you're blocked. No, you're not blocked. You're blocked. You're blocked. Okay. Do that. That moves. Why do you have a line of sight on me again? So if I just move there, can you hit me still? Still can. All right. I tried. Great banner. Offensive tool. All your fairies demonstrate improved moxie, hustle, guts, and moxie. Oh, it's a card. I don't think I'm going to use this. Gift shop advertises immortal souvenirs. Seeing a strange new shop on the battlefield, you make a brief excursion to check it out. Desire runs thick through this room. You briefly imagine yourself on an elementary school field trip, enamored of objects that would have no appeal to you under normal circumstances. Indeed, much of the inventory here is useless or merely decorative, but the promise of leaving with something of permanence still pulls at you. After you spend a few moments browsing, the man at the counter greets you. Hello again, your majesty. Fancy a souvenir? Can you assume he works multiple jobs, or has he simply changed employers multiple times over the course of your acquaintance? The answer to your question is yes. Anyway, if you're gonna stop here, you should know we don't accept money, only tickets. So in truth, this is less of a gift shop more as it is a prize counter. Can you assume these tickets are earned by playing mini games or something? Oh, not at all. You just buy them at that machine. Each ticket costs money. So why can't you just take money? If that's the case, you can't help but wonder whether they don't just accept money as payment. Oh, that's because I don't touch the stuff against my religion. Also, tickets are permanent. You won't lose them when you go to sleep or lose a war. Okay, so that's the way to like dump them for later. They make for great investment. Been trying to get my friends and family on it for years. That does sound useful. Can you also exchange tickets for money? Nope. Ah. Anyway, there's some souvenirs that should be perfect for a fairy queen like yourself. Oh, I need a lot of tickets. Insurance claimant, defensive job, build walls and receive money when they're torn down. That remote will let you change the channel during the weather report, i.e. you can choose which boss fight is coming up. That's useful. Unlock the moat card so it appears in shops and chests. That looks like one of your missing keys. $52. Unlock the fire archer so it appears in sharp, so I can buy cards and stuff. I guess I'll think of it as a early investment. All right. So what's this? Oh, that's the rally flag, right? I'm mostly safe. I can't harvest any food, so might as well burn it all. We're gonna take 5 damage from the 1, right? Yep. Not much I can do about that. All right. That wall I bought was completely useless. I still need a lot of food, so I'm gonna go with the field. Now I understand what the sides are for. They're telling you, like, what's the bonus tile. In this case, it's real estate. The shoe. Who lives in a shoe, honestly? Alright, let's try to see. Are there any big matches I can do? Can I be smart about this? All signs point to no. I'm gonna try anyway. Yeah, I've already... I guess I'm safe-ish, but I was hoping to get more food. I need more stuff, guys. Dang it. $8? What a ripoff. What is this? Sidestep. Working spell. Move in any direction as long as it's horizontal. Interesting. Healthy spell. If you provide the raw materials, your health can be repaired. Cool. That's for $1. Post rock. Defensive broadcast. Designate all hills as valid military targets for both. Oh, post rock. Present vertical difficulty. I can buy another one. Might as well. I can just buy more rocks, apparently. If I do that, they're basically effectively trapped. They can't go nowhere. One thing I've yet to try. Oh. Oh, I see. So you can stack it. Oh, I'm gonna let it burn, baby. Here we go. I didn't realize I could stack that. It looked like it was just one of those, like, only your immediate area. Wow, I just made a bunch of money. You notice with some satisfaction, the court has acquired a considerable amount of wealth during the war. You're not the only one to notice this wealth, however, as the priests from the cult of Market soon arrived demanding an audience. Our business is simple, your majesty. It has been known to the Church of Market for some time that Titanium Court has been operating without appropriate spiritual guidance. Are they going to tax me? You do not have a bishop of Market among your upper management. In fact, as far as we can tell, you do not have any upper management at all. Yes, despite drawing power from Market, you do not have any executives, a board, or even a mission statement. Your cash flows are unoptimized, and you have sent no representatives to our corporate retreats. The church considers these infractions to be nothing short of fiscal heresy. Of course, we were willing to overlook all this when the court was operating at a consistent loss, but now that it's profitable. Now that it's profitable, they would like a cut, you assume. A cut? Hardly. The opposite. The Church of Market demands a merger. Were it not, our legal team will handle all the paperwork. Your titles will remain unchanged, although we will provide a competent management team to oversee all operational decisions, henceforth. You suppose you might as well ask what the consequences of your refusal would be. Futility. We are prepared to pursue a merger by force if necessary. Oh, you weren't aware the court was listed as any sort of public index that would facilitate such a minute takeover. Could they tell you which one? Surprised by this question, the three of them huddled and conferred for a few moments before addressing you again. Your Majesty is a shrewd negotiator. We have adjusted our offer as follows. To preserve the cultural leadership of Titanium Court, we now offer to prepare one of your existing quarters to act as the court's spiritual guide. Whoever you choose will accompany us to our cathedral, where they will be trained and ultimately ordained as a fully fledged priest of Market. This offer certainly seems a bit more reasonable, but you refuse to send anyone unwilling to go. Could there really be someone among your courtiers who would willingly enter into the power of this sinister cult? The answer is yes. Your Majesty, I've been thinking about getting my MBA for a while now. Please send me. You have absolutely no objections, unless Leyland, so that's his name, relieves with the cultists to go to the business school. Oh, so that was his name. Bye, Leyland. Have fun becoming a cultist. They grow up so fast. All right. That was interesting. That was funny though. It's like, oh, are you able to do that? Can we do that? Can we do that? Can they do that? I don't know if they can do that. We have decided. So I think the defensive guys don't attack, but I think they can still get to me. If they're close by, they might take a swing. So it'd be great if I could get them. I could do that. Get rid of them. All right. Oh, there is market. I need food. Very generous on the food. All right. And then I'm just going to set the entire forest on fire. Yeah. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. Off we go. Oh, I'm in trouble. Oh, never mind. Early damage. I forgot they had the thorn. The thorns actually came into place. What the hell is that? Leviathan. A beast said to exist in dimensions beyond our own. Oh. You don't say. I might need to go to the hospital, so I'm gonna be careful here. Oh, there's a lot of goons around me. You could say we're gooning really hard in this forest. A lot of gooning. That's Thursday, though. Not today. I got confused by my own stupid song because I thought I was saying I was working on the railroad, and then I was like, I am a banana. And I got mixed up. I don't know what was going on with my brain there. I mean, it could be banana. Maybe my brain was trying to just tell me something. Like, remember who you are, Merc. All right. And I think he just sawed my leg off. That's okay. I can be immortal now. They'll go through the fires of hell for me. Wow, look at that. All right, we fight the Leviathan. A vaguely aquatic head peeks out from a body of water not far from the court. It's a squid. Your Majesty, I have good reason to believe we are looking at a rare beast known as a Leviathan. Correction. I believe you mean a kraken, dear Robin. Look, it's clearly a squid, not a snake. Wool? Are you still there? I might need your expertise. Is that a Leviathan? If you're still there, Wool. As low as you are to agree, it is true that kraken is probably the more appropriate term. I'm a banana. I'm a banana. I'm a banana. Look at me move! Banana power. Banana power. Banana power. Oh, look, it's in this book. There's a photo and everything. Robin presents an old academic text on various monsters. There's indeed a photograph of the squid beast under a subheading labeled Leviathan. As you flip through the pages, you determine that the authors use the term Leviathan as a kind of subclassification of monster. Put it aside what it's called, it doesn't appear to be showing signs of aggression. If it meant us any harm, it would submerge its head the moment it spots us. Like that? Yes. Yes, like that. Well, I don't want to pick its home turf with water. How about woods? I don't want to pick its home territory. So where's the Leviathan? Right, all this is coming from the textbook, but they're the important notes. The Leviathan exclusively attacks from water. Specifically, it'll strike at any threat to the left or right of any water tile. Its strikes are strong enough to decimate our units, but it cannot attack anything above or below water tiles for some reason. We can use this weakness to strike the appropriate shelter to strike back. If we actually wish to attack Leviathan, we first need to destroy enough of its limbs to force its head to surface. But be warned, if we make it mad, it will begin hurling projectiles similar to those fired by catapults. But there's some good news. The Leviathan has no allegiance to the enemy. It will attack them just as it attacks us, and they will do the same to it. It might be in our best interest just to lay low and let the enemy and Leviathan fight each other. And those are all the notes I have. Okay. So... we have options, is what I'm hearing, to fight this thing. Interesting. Okay, so that's how that's gonna work. Okay. And any tiles his tentacles are on, or he's on, don't get hurt. Interesting. I want to keep the hospital, if possible. Okay. Ow! I wish there was a way to protect everything, but I don't think there is. That's the point, right? Like, if I can keep them above and below, they should be okay. I just got to figure out a way to keep them above and below. But these guys are okay. And they're kind of close to the Leviathan's head. But I also have to get the tentacles to go down. At the same time, I don't know if it's worth it keeping them near me. He's surrounded. Offensive job. N3 for every confirmed kill. Don't forget to schedule a follow-up with your primary care provider. Well, I'm planning to do that later this week. All your fairies demonstrate improved hustle, mux, and moxie. Okay, cool. Should I try to use that? How does that work? Is it just a passive? It's just a passive that's working? All right. See what happens. Battle. Yeah, if they get vertical, you can get them. Oh, right, it throws a projectile. It gets mad. This is interesting. Then in the end, we kind of traded. Interesting. No damage. The great Leviathan continues to thrash beneath the surface. Your presence clearly irritates it, but with little control over where the tide carries you, you have no choice but to endure that irritation. Maybe the chest will help us. All right, so I know this. I have a better idea of what's going to happen here. I just need to figure out what's the best way to keep everybody around this guy. I'm getting kills still with the passive. Take a sip of blood every time. So tentacles don't survive. Okay. Global broadcast. Hills reveal the true nature as forests. All rocks become mountains. Big shield, defensive rock. Interesting. Sell for now, I think. My hope is that I can figure out a way to get close enough to that guy. But my guys are still gonna have to go through a billion dudes. Oh, if only I had 20 food, I could use this. I wonder if passive damage works. Let's see this. I don't know what's gonna happen here, but I'm curious to find out. He's taking damage. He's taking dot. Does that stick, though? That's the thing. Does that continue to work? The Leviathan lets out a great howl that manages to stir emotions within you. Amid the noise, you let out a distinct feeling of resigned frustration. Your Majesty, I means it is about to give up. You think? I mean, let's try market. I have no idea if this spell would work. I'm imagining, if anything, the boss becomes immune to it. But if my idea works, that'd be very funny. Oops, he moved down. A little like nyeh is really silly to me. All right, market's there, right? No market. Okay. So my idea was like, if I could get enough, go to market, buy a bunch of this, and just go wail on him, that would be funny as heck. But okay, so let's see here. I can't get to him this turn, so I think my best bet would be, let's just grab some lumber as best we can. He can't hit me. I can't hit him. So we're basically just going to be trading blows with each other. Okay. Now what? The Leviathan loses another howl before retreating beneath the surface. You tentatively keep your eyes on the spot where it disappeared into the void, half expecting it to surface once again, but it does not. You can't help but feel wary that you know there are creatures such as that lurking unseen beneath the surface of the tide. We beat the Leviathan, and there was much rejoicing. Defensive victory. We lost 43 to their 6. and we caused property damage index of 43. Moral, stay out of sight, stand out of reach. Okay. I guess that's a victory? Having demonstrated your burgeoning skill, your tolerance for a new challenge grows. Oh no, the kettle's growing. Uh-oh. You feel your maximum level of strife increase to 1. Can I not have the strife? I kind of want to forgo the strife. With the war now behind you, you encounter a memorial dedicated to its victims. Memorial to those fallen in the war. 50 casualties. You will never forget your sacrifice. Some among your courtiers will roll their eyes at this. Oh, they'll be back. Now, having expended much of this energy during the day, the court retires to bed. You awake suddenly in your chambers. Something about your surroundings doesn't feel right. You can't see much as you look out from your balcony. The sky is pitch black. Because it's nighttime? Something is clearly wrong with the courtyard. You've never seen it so disordered. The ground shakes and your stomach churns. Taking a deep breath, you keep your sights on the door. I was about to say, like, well, I'm trying to. After moving through many unfamiliar halls, you find yourself in front of the court's great gates. Perhaps the court is trying to tell you that now would be a prudent time to depart. Who can say? Return, explore the west wing, look from out from the top, or try to open the gate. You attempt to open the great gates of the court. They don't budge. You note that there are 4 locks on the gates, leading to you to assume 4 keys of some sort will be necessary to open them. Oh wait, you left some of your keys in your chambers, didn't you? Maybe you should try them in the gates. How's everything shuffling? Shaky. What you do here? Explore the east wing hallways. Head towards the library, the chapel, my office, the gates. That painting looks a little strange. That's baseball. It seems to be a scoreboard of some sort. Perhaps you can assume this home refers to the court. Home 1, guest 5. Head towards the gates, the library. You thought you were on your way to the library. Where have you been here before? Might as well keep going. Which direction should I go? The ladder? Back where I came from? The stairs? The door? I'm gonna take the door. Which direction should I go? The door? Southwest? Right? I'm gonna door. Always go door. You end up getting lost. Wasn't the library in this direction? There's a notepad taped to the door. There's a note taped to the door, which now appears to be locked. Because they wasted Her Majesty's time, this labyrinth and hallways are being reprimanded. They are currently in a timeout and will not be available until tomorrow. Management. Oh, that's funny. You're on thin ice, mister. Head towards the east wing. Enter your office? Question mark? You move to enter your office and are surprised to discover the door is locked. Or maybe it's just stuck. Someone seems to have wedged a bunch of pamphlets in the gap between the door and frame. You tug on one of them, and it refuses to budge. From the small corner you can read, the pamphlet appears to be extolling the virtue of patience or something. I don't got time for that. They look familiar, don't they? They're statues? It appears to be of a goat, a dragon, and the tentacle which stands for the whole Leviathan. Enter the room marked by the tentacle statue? I did beat it, I guess. The gift shop. Buy something at the gift shop? While you aren't shocked to learn the gift shop has multiple locations, finding one at the court is a bit unexpected. The layout seems to be identical. Yeah, management has no imagination. Last you saw him, he's outside the court. Yeah, that one's on me. I'm confusing inside and outside all the time. Don't worry about it. Might as well get a bunch of them. Cell phone. Fire archer, the moat. Local broadcast, what it says on the label. Cool. Stop by the tab to track all your tickets. Basically a way for me to do that. The pantry should be down here. Like in a midnight snack or something? The cat! The cat! As you approach, the cat immediately begins making demands of you. Great queen, how fortuitous. My campaign to subdue this providence in your name has reached a stalemate. The locals have transformed the terrain itself into a weapon. Look, this sheer cliff vexes my powerful and weighty frame. He's too fat. Okay, so it seems like he's probably trying to climb up on one of the high shelves and he's running into trouble. Yes, and so I seek your aid. But alas, your royal height is also insufficient for this purpose. No, surely such an obstacle cannot surpass the resources at your disposal. Yeah, you suppose you could pile up some of the junk in there to help him out. It's not like the court's going to use any of it right now. Sandwich for food. Some water. How about... Where should I stack it? Building him a little ladder. That's enough for now. Is there anything else you need in here? Oh, so it's like dump all your resources for now. You get to keep the bonus ones. Okay, this is what it's telling me. This is like post round. An argument appears to be taking place in the arguing hall. You hear echoes of an argument as you approach the dining hall. You can now see and hear the participants. After listening for a bit, you surmise the argument concerns the thermostat in its current setting. But that cannot be satisfying. I just don't believe you actually enjoy that. What? It's not like there's what's not to like about taking it easy? It's boring. Who cares? Boredom's underrated. Relax. I think you've heard enough and are preparing to leave quietly when... Hey, it's Her Majesty. Maybe she can help settle this. Actually, I believe Her Majesty is the only one who can settle this. Okay. Our debate concerns the thermostat. It's my firm belief that maximizing our strife will we find any meaning in the war. Yeah, but who needs meaning, man? Let's just have a good time. Crank up the comfort. Either way, since your majesty is the only one with enough authority to make these adjustments, we ask you to render judgment. But should you make the correct decision and raise our strife to 5, I will give you this. She shows you a nondescript key she's attached to a lanyard. But you know, that's going to be hard. You should just chill out and raise the comfort to 5. He casually produces a different key. Then you'll win this key. Easy peasy. I fail to see how anything done at comfort 5 would qualify as winning. I mean, who cares? Those keys look familiar. Where'd you get them? No comment. We're not permitted to reveal that information. Puck gave them to us. Did you know what I just said? Yeah, but like, who cares? Her Majesty probably figured that out anyways. Yeah. As it stands, the thermostat is at comfort 2. Nice. Cheers. Excuse me, what are you doing? Having a drink. Want one? No, that's cheating. How? Yeah, how? Don't you see, Your Majesty? He's helping to raise your maximum comfort. Those drinks are just furthering his own agenda. No rule against that. You know, you should raise Her Majesty's maximum strife if you wanted to. No, I refuse. Only by steadily working her way up the ladder can Her Majesty achieve a true understanding of strife. Okay, your loss. Another? At least I don't do it in front of me. All right, so I'm learning a bunch of mechanics the game's telling me is like, now that I've like mastered, now that I've clearly have enough skill to get to one boss. Make your way towards the office, investigate the chapel. Did I investigate a chapel before? I don't think I did. Eventually, you find yourself in the court chapel, where a television displaying a test pattern stands in point. There's a solitary figure standing in front of the TV. You can't see him clearly from the distance, but you know it immediately to be the man named Puck. Reality bends itself beneath your feet as you approach Puck. The room threatens to redefine the boundary. Yes, earlier than expected, my queen, and yet somehow still too late. He mutters something under his breath. then gives you his full attention. Well then, you had questions for me, did you not? It looks like we have precisely enough time for one earnest answer to one of your queries. You expressed some incredulity at his statement. He's prepared to answer your questions now. He flinches in response. My queen, you simply must read your skepticism with greater subtlety. That statement was clearly formed as a question. A question for which I'm afraid I must now answer earnestly. So yes, in this time and place, I am both willing and able to give you satisfied responses without resorting to deflection or trickery. With the one restriction being said that, as I said, we only have time for one such response. A response which I have just provided in an answer to your question of whether I am now prepared to provide such responses. Which means our time's up. I pray I never see you here again. And then it all falls apart. Mean? Kinda? That strife or comfort. With time and repetition comes comfort. I have now level 3 comfort. Okay. And you wake in your chambers as if nothing was ever amiss. You think you can safely conclude that escaping the court will require more of you than a simple victory. You suppose this comes as no surprise, given that the potion salesman told you needing to make an exit to return home. Well, at least you've learned that if you make it to victory, Puck will answer one of your questions. So a very slow way of going about this might be to continue winning until you've gathered enough information to see yourself out the door. You rub your temples, thinking how long that's going to take. Then you get up to face the day. What should I do here? Well, right now, what I'm doing is I'm going to go to menu. Because I think we're done for tonight. All right, so I'm glad I gave the game a little bit more time. Definitely interesting, to put it mildly. I think it's got a lot of promise to it. But yeah, long story short, I had a good time with it. Man, Twitch is being Twitch right now. So on the YouTube side, to anyone who came by the stop, it's a very rare game, so I don't think so. But if you came by, watch this. If you thought it was interesting, it's pretty cheap right now. It's pretty affordable, like 12 bucks. Go check it out. But for YouTube, to anyone who says this, thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Appreciate it. See you on the other side. Bye. And now let's some roll call here with all dearest things. Thanks for the stream. Thank you for being here, work buddy.